This is where we are. This is where we started. And as you see here, for people that weren't here yesterday, I want to make sure people get, like, so this is where you start, and here's the game map, right? It's right here. It ends about right here. So we storm the castle. It's about like a 45-minute experience. You storm... They had no idea. They had no idea.
Not so fast, archvillain. We still have the Orb of Confusion. Take this.
I am so happy to play this again. It's bigger than Elden Ring. Yeah, Limgrave is this big on the map. That's how big Limgrave is. This is going to take us 2,000 to 3,000 hours to get through this. This dude's on gas station weed. Watch out. What? Wait, do you think I'm on gas station weed? You can't sell weed at a gas station. That's wicked funny, though. Gas station weed. That's such a huge insult for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why am I so insulted by what that person just said? No, I got one guy chat moment of the year. Earlier in the pre-stream chat, somebody said, their name is Psycho. I have to give credit here because it's hilarious. Jerma downloaded his consciousness into his Samsung Galaxy fridge, and he's playing Fart Simulator with the CRISPR draw settings. That's just funny. It just is, and I have to give credit for it because, like, that's actually funny, like genuinely funny. The draw, like, okay, that you made that comment funny. Like, the only reason why that's funny is because of the CRISPR draw settings comment. That makes the whole thing funny. You get it. You understand comedy. I'm glad. All right, you guys ready? I'm ready. I'm excited. Ooh. Twilight already. The great city of Khare has loomed large on the horizon all day, but has been slow to reach. The path tracing great loops back and forth through a deep and narrow pass. Look at that. Oh, look at this artwork. Dude, look at this artwork. You've not seen a living soul except once, when a dark figure raced across the hilltops overhead and then was lost from view. So you're naturally curious, you're naturally cautious when you round a bend in the path and see a beggar crouched low against a rock muttering to himself. You stop out of sight behind an outcrop, but the beggar does not look much like a threat at all. Let's see what he does. You watch in silence. The beggar is an unfortunate soul. His head twitches from one side to the other every few minutes, and he mutters and murmurs to himself. They're hiding in the rocks, sir. Hiding in the rocks. You call a greeting and stride over, and he leaps to his feet, drawing a short stick from inside his cloak. Who goes there? What's your business in Khare? Khare? Obviously Khare, but why? Ah, why? Answer me, or you'll face the consequences. I said ow as if he was poking himself, but you get it. Who are you, you ask? You're certainly very brave. The man beams with aging pride. I am the city guard. No one enters Khare except through me. And then, despite his age and clear ill health, he comes at you waving his stick. I almost clicked fight him. All right, I won't fight you. You are unarmed. He waves the stick close to your face, jabbing a few times, but you push the point aside with one hand. All right, then, he declares. We'll settle this fairly. He tosses the stick to one side and raises his fists. The knuckles are blackened with scabs. Fight him. Sighing, you roll up your sleeves. Should I just go full blast and just punch him right in the face? Oh shit, defense. The beggar is not a powerful opponent. You should be able to easily overpower him. So you begin with a heavy punch, giving it everything you have. The beggar lifts his fists in defense. So you land the minimum amount of damage against him. Prepare to see stars, he declares. You better put him up. The beggar tries to knock you out in one swing. This is much higher than your attack, so you are hurt. You suffer more damage because you left yourself so undefended, and he leaves you winded. He is breathless and about to swing with a little force. However, you are also weakened, so you should defend and rebuild your power. No, fuck that. That's it? You play it carefully and punch with a weak attack, overpowering the beggar who tries a low, careful attack. He is wheezing and breathless. Why am I doing so little damage? You tense your biceps, then swing with a strong arm, overpowering the beggar again, who tries a weak attack. This time I'll knock you down, he declares. I could have killed him. You defend yourself. The beggar attempts a strong attack, but you receive only a small amount of damage. You'll be weaker now, so his next attack will be lower. Why you? He grumbles, preparing a medium swing. This time I've got you. I should think if you want to try it. All right, he's done. You level a powerful blow, beating the beggar. The beggar pants and groans and then collapses into the dirt. You roll your sleeves back down. All right, then, he murmurs into the ground, weakly waving a hand. You can pass. Walk on or help him up? Help him up. Holding out a hand, you help him upright. He sits up and dusts down his tattered clothing, a gray cloak that was once a uniform. He's shivering. The evening is drawing in, and it must get cold out here. You don't have any food, do you? He asks, sadly. No, I don't. Actually, I actually don't. Sorry. No. You shake your head. I'm sorry. The man sighs and shakes his head. No matter then. There's plenty of meat on a grass vole if you know how to nibble 'em. Anytime I play a video game and there's an opportunity for an old person to come hang out with you, it's just, if I made the Wizard of Oz today, like if it was me, like I was like, oh, I'm going to make the Wizard of Oz. It would just be 3 old men in their fucking 80s. That's the only people that I ever, like, apparently hang out with. It's like, oh yeah, I want to get my companions. I'll take the old guy, the old guy, the old guy, the old guy. No, I don't want the strong person. No, I don't want the cool mage. No. Just give me 3 or 4 old people. They always come with us. Okay. So, he's going to come with us. You take pity on the man. Come with me. I'm going into Khare. Soldier considers your offer for a moment. You sure? I know the word for the wall, but they will not want to let me through the gate. Sounds like we can help each other. He clambers slowly to his feet. A gleam of hope has entered the poor man's eyes. Very well, then. Stranger, a trade. The beggar walks a few strides ahead, the ghost of a military pace in his step. What's your name? What's your name? Captain Thomas of the 4th Legion, responsible for the southern perimeter. He knocks his bony heels together. At your service. What are you doing out here? We were sent to investigate sightings, he replies, still panting for breath. A whole legion of us. Back when the council felt bold. But then they locked the gate and wouldn't let us back. They locked you? Well, okay, they locked you out of the city. They locked the goblins out, too, he replies. If the goblins were gone, they'd let us in. But they aren't gone. They're in the rocks. What are the goblins doing? He shakes his head. I don't know. They can't get through the walls, but then I think I've heard them digging, scraping at the mud in the night. The path winds through gorse and thick grass. Khare squats in a basin in the hills like a stagnant, festering pool. You turn one corner, then another, and then the stone walls of the city are looming over you. The walls weren't built to keep anything out. They were here before the goblins, Thomas says. They were built to keep people in. Khare is one gigantic trap itself. Why? Are the people inside not happy? Would you be happy ruled by pirates and thieves? He points. Cast your eyes up. You can see them. Archers. Facing in both directions. You could scramble up the slope to the right to get a better view of the wall. You scramble up the slope for a better view of the wall, leaving Thomas below. Seems your new friend was right. Standing atop the huge stone block is a guard with a long bow slung across his shoulder. Watch the archer, look into the yard. Let's watch. You keep watching. The guard above the gate looks this way and that, but doesn't shift from his position. Run for it. Wait, like run to the gate? Start sprinting to the wall. I'm so far away, I'm going to get insta-killed. Let's go down into the pass. Down into the pass. I'm not going to run for it. That's dumb. There's nothing else for it. You put a hand up and call out. The archer lifts a hand to shield his eyes against the sun. Who goes there? Friend or foe? Friend. Foe. Neither. This is the dumb thing to do, right? This is how you're going to die either way if you say this. You're dead if you say that. You're dead if you say this. You're dead if you say this. Let Thomas answer, right? Yeah, okay, Thomas knows he knows. You wait and Thomas cries back. Friend! And the watchword is Cantapani! The guard pauses a moment, then lowers his bow. Approach! Thomas turns and smiles at you. The south gate stands before you. It is as tall as 2 men, and would be broad enough to ride 3 horses through, if only it were open. But instead it is locked, and there's no other way into the city. Luckily, of course, you have a key. Over to you, says Thomas, stepping back. Knock on the door, unlock the gate with the key, or cast a spell. What's available right now, I wonder? Okay, so you can throw a fireball at the door, which would be insane. I don't think I would make it out of that alive. We could do big. I have the key. I just use the key, or just let him do it, right? Why would I do this on my own? Should I impress everybody that I can do it? It's a waste of stamina. Okay. Yeah, but am I allowed in here? Wouldn't they think this was weird? I'm gonna do it. You quickly remove the Spin Chief's key from your pack and slip it into the lock. The tumblers click as the key turns. Thomas hangs back. Good work. But do you think it's safe to go through? It sure is. Why don't you check? I'll go first. Let's wait. Why don't you check? You do it. You do it. Let's wait, you say. Thomas nods. A few heartbeats pass, but you hear nothing from inside the yard. Then he shakes his head. I'm going for it. Thank you, stranger. And with that, he dashes away inside. You hear nothing for a moment, then the sound of shouting voices and feet rushing away. He just didn't give a shit. Go in after it, Thomas, or wait. Okay, so a few heartbeats, that's kind of funny, considering a few heartbeats is like 2 seconds. We didn't even sit there for 2 seconds before he got impatient and went in. I'm going in after him. Slipping inside, you find the yard deserted. The old soldier has cleared it out for you. You push the great gate closed, key still in the lock. Whoever the next ruffian to visit Khare may be, he will be grateful for your little gift. You pause just inside the shadow of the gate. To your left is a low stone building with metal bars for windows. You go over to the door. It is locked, but the key is still in the keyhole. At that moment, 2 soldiers march around the corner. Dive inside the building or greet the guards. Oh, hello! How are you? Good to see you again. What do you think? Should I just greet them? I haven't done anything wrong, right? Like, did I do anything wrong? I was let in here. I'm not... The old man ran in and did like a bunch of weird shit. Why am I not allowed in here? I'm going to greet them. There's no time for anything but a gamble. You stride right up to the guards. You there! You declare. Why wasn't there anyone to meet me at the gate? The man looks baffled. What gate? Who are you? I'm the new chief mage of Khare. The guard looks panicked. No one told us you were coming, sir. I should turn you into a frog. No matter. I should turn you into a frog. Sir, what can I do for you, sir? Take me to the north gate. The guard peers at you. The north gate? Why? No one goes there. It's haunted, cursed, and locked. You questioning me? No, sir. This way, sir. All right. Hey. Let's go. Follow the guard. The guard marches along the road and you follow until you reach the top of the south gate yard. Sir, I can't leave my post, sir, the guard says. But if you follow this road, you'll find your way into Khare. And from there? The quickest route to the center is the main road through the fields, the guard answers. Avoid the less pleasant areas of town. You should avoid the festival too, sir, if you value your purse. The guard clicks his heels. You frown severely and take your leave as quick as possible. Night is falling. Luckily, by the roadside is a small inn. which will make perfect place to stay before you lose yourself in the winding streets of Khare. Alternatively, you could walk into the fields to the right and sleep out under the stars. From somewhere nearby, you hear a low, baying howl. What do you guys want to do? Actually, you know what? I want to go to the inn. We got money. I'm making a decision. We're going to the inn. A sign outside the inn proclaims it the Crooked Finger. You go inside and find an empty bar. The bartender is snoozing at the counter. Clearly, trade is bad. The bartender wakes with a snortle as you approach.
Greetings, traveler. You'll be looking for directions to somewhere else, I suppose.
I need to eat.
There's no food here, I'm afraid.
The innkeeper says.
No point, since the rats get it all. But a bed for the night will cost you 7 gold pieces.
That's way too much. Actually too much. 7 gold pieces is robbery, you tell him. The innkeeper shrugs.
Khare prices might not be what you're used to, but you can sleep in the street if you prefer, and then maybe you'll see why they're as high as they are.
I could sleep with the rats. No, fuck you. It's too high. And you turn to leave.
Wait a minute,
the innkeeper says. He reaches under the counter and produces a handful of dice.
You want to play Swindle Stones? Maybe we can settle this with a game.
I don't play games. I don't know the rules. I'll play you in Swindle Stones. Let's go. By the way, excuse me. You want to start a new Twitch meta, guys? Swindle Stones. New Twitch meta. Let's go. It's literally liar's dice with like one small change, but whatever. I'll play you reply, taking a seat at the bar.
Excellent.
The innkeeper rubs his hands together, clearly thinking he will be able to hustle you out of some money.
So, what's the stake?
The cost of the room, you suggest, 7 gold pieces. You place a stack of coins on the bar. The innkeeper grins and rubs his hands together.
Sounds like my kind of game.
The innkeeper counts out 5 dice each and takes first bid. Okay, so Swindle Stones is an interesting game. It's just liar's dice, essentially. The game is simple. We roll and bet on what's come up. So, for instance, I might start and bet that between us, we've rolled at least 2 threes, right? Well, we don't know what's on the table, so you have to guess of how you bluff. You're trying to catch people in getting it incorrect. So, I could call, right, and say, I don't think there are 2 threes between the two of us. And that would be a really stupid idea, because if I did that, he might just have 2 threes and have started with that. This is in The Witcher. It's Witcher's Yahtzee. No, it's Steve Jackson's Sorcery Swindle Stones. This game came out like 50 years ago. I'm sorry, but this is the one that it's based on. So, what I have here is I have 3 4s. So I could essentially just go, I got 2. Hey, there are 2 4s, right? Because I know I have at least 2 of them. That's what I'm going to say. Indeed, so I can't see your dice, and you can't see mine. You only have what I tell you about what I've got. But you may be trying to deceive me. Okay, so that means he has a 4. I wonder if he has 2 4s. Because this would be correct. I have 3, and he must have 1. To say that, he must have 1. Unless he's lying, which I don't know. Let's find out. Call it. All right. There's no fucking way, right? If you believe my bid is too high, you can call and we check. Otherwise, we keep bidding higher and higher. That means he has to have 2 4s, which he might. I don't buy it though. 1, 2, 3. What's the chances that he has 2 4s? This is Squid Game. This is not Squid. Stop saying Squid Game. Call. There. Fuck. So you did have 2 4s. You piece of shit. All right. So now I lose a dice and we keep going. Squid Game. Whatever. Squid Game. I don't care. All right. So let's say, I'm going to say I got 2 2s. This is absolute horseshit, right? This is a complete and total fabrication. So he's going to be like, oh, this motherfucker has 2 twos. 3 twos? Oh, you think so? You think so? Call it. That he has to have 3 fucking twos. No way. There it is. Got it.
So you're new to our fair city, is you?
How can you tell? Okay, so he's saying 2 threes. I have 1, so that means he must have at least 1. Let's go 3 threes. Let's just pull it off right here. 3 threes. Let's go. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. He's not gonna call it. Oh my god, what an idiot. Wait, is he an idiot or does he have 3 of them? No way. Call. Advantage player. So now he only has 3 dice, so it becomes harder and harder and harder. If you've ever seen Squid Game, apparently it's in Squid Game. Apparently, I guess. So I could just do this, right? I think there are 1. There are 1. I only have 1, so let's go 1 4. 2 twos. What? So he only has 3. He has to have 2. I'm calling it. That means he has to have 2 of his 3 dice have to be 2s. I'm gonna say 2 5s because I have it, and if he calls it, I don't care. 3 twos. All right, no, I'm sorry, dude. But do you guys honestly think he has 3? His whole hand is a 2? No, fuck you. Call it. I win. I would have won last time, anyways. No, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I would have. All right, so he only has 2 dice left. If you do reach the north gate, how will you open it? I don't intend to. All right, so he's saying he has a 1, 2 4s. I have 2 4s. All right, so he might have a 1 and a 4. So I could call him out here and do 3 4s. I mean, 3s, sorry. Yeah, no, wait, what? Yeah, 3, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Because if he calls, what if he might have that? He definitely has a 3. Why, you're going to just lose if you don't. I'm going to do 3 3s. All right, well, that's physically not possible. Like, you just lose. Yeah. Roll the dice one more time. He has 1 dice, and I have 4. Okay, so I get to start. I got 1 1. Just make it up. He's going to say 2 1s. 1 2. Okay, so you have a 2. Let's say 2 2s. 3 2s. I will take that free night in the inn, by the way. 7 gold. I don't got to spend anything. Let's go. I win, don't I? Talking to people will provide clues to help your quest. You can review your clues on the inventory screen. You collect your gold from the counter once more, and the innkeeper reluctantly counts out another 7 into your palm.
I was unlucky. It happens. You want another try?
Nope. I've played enough. I've played enough. You tell him, happy with your winning streak.
Very well. Room costs 7 gold pieces, and as I said...
Okay. Very cool. Wait, I could also sleep outside. Should I not even spend the money? I think I'm going to sleep outside.
I'll be on my way.
The innkeeper looks surprised.
But I thought...
But you are out of the door before he finishes, heading to find a field to bed down in for free. You strike off into fields and find a muddy dell in which to stretch out. The stars are out, forming the constellations of the ape, and you feel a certain peace despite the hulking shadow of the wall. Settle to sleep. You settle quickly. The sounds of the city drift to you on the night air. Shouts and screams, and the occasional distant howl distinctly. You doze off fitfully, turning over in your mind that what the innkeeper told you of the 4 spell lines required to open the north gate. Didn't pay any attention to that. I was too busy gambling. Then halfway through the night, you awaken to the sound of something scratching in the earth nearby. Sit up, ignore it, or draw my sword.
They're in the rocks.
You gonna get robbed? I'm gonna sit up. You sit up and peer into the darkness. You see red glowing eyes and slavering teeth in the gloom. It's a werewolf. But how can that be? The moon is only crescent.
You deal with it.
And go back to bed. Gob. All right, let's go for it. I have 12 teeth. Let's go. You toss down a tooth and cast your spell across it. The tooth appears to ignite, sending up a wisp of smoke, which then fattens out into the shape of a goblin warrior. He performs a ridiculous salute and then sets to attacking the werewolf. The fight is tense and close, and the goblin gets a few good strikes in, but one strong charge from the werewolf is too much. One moment the beast has the goblin throat between its jaws, the next, the goblin has vanished entirely. More! You throw down a second tooth. A second warrior appears, rattling his sword and shield to try and scare the werewolf away. Amazingly, it works, and the beast turns tail and runs off into the dark. The little goblin disappears in pursuit, and you are left alone. Why would he chase him? We could have hung out, man. All right, well, back to bed. I got 10 more teeth. Your dreams when they come are of the wall, like a towering monster drenched in moss and slime. The gate, its wide open maw. On its back is a host of guards, chanting a mantra too quietly for you to hear. As you watch, it reaches down with fingers made from flagpoles and skewers the old beggar man, lifting him flailing into the air. Oh my god! As you make your way inside, guards appear and disappear from holes in the ground like burrowing moles. A wolf in shining armor howls at the sun. And it is as though you can see the crown, sitting in the dust on the far side of the north gate. So close, and yet out of reach. You found a new clue. What are the clues? You wake early, ready to begin your exploration of the city. Following the track for a few minutes, you reach a junction where 3 roads begin. These are the outskirts of Khare. Huts huddle like beggars on either side of the tracks leading uphill into the city port. Pause to look around. It must be clear to everyone around that you are a stranger in these parts. The city's inhabitants, a multitude of malevolent creatures who would kill for the laces of your boots, turn to watch you as they pass. You are sport, a figure to be jostled and robbed, and one who will most likely fall prey to the strange, elaborate system of traps laid across Khare by the early settlers to protect themselves from one another. There are more people here than you've seen in a long time. You cast an eye across the faces to see if any are flanker, the assassin you met outside Torapani. Take a look left. To the left, you see a group of scruffy youngsters walking up the road with packs on their back. Ahead is the main road into the center of Khare, its surface rutted from cartwheels. Further in the distance, you see fields. This is the route taken by supply wagons to the docks. To the right, the track heads towards fields. A hut stands proud a little further on. The business of this place is confusing, but you'll have to simply strike out. Somewhere in this city must be the information you need to find the spell lines for the north gate that the innkeeper told you about. Just at that moment, a cart rolls down the road from the right and careens around the corner to take the main track ahead. On its back are stacked several crates. One teeters for a moment, then falls near your feet, its lid cracking open. Look in the crate. Kneeling down in the mud, you pry open the crate with your fingers. Inside is a pile of smashed bottles. Thick purple liquid swills about, littered with shards of glass. There are perhaps 4 bottles still intact, but you recognize the smell. It is Blimberry, a potion with many healing properties. Take them all. All healing is important. Take all of them. You take all of the bottles, wipe them down as best you can on the grass nearby, and put them into your pack. A lucky find indeed. It also can be used as a meal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for one of the most major decisions of the whole game. This is important. As you see, we have 3 choices ahead of us. You understand what's at stake here. Do you want to go to the left? Through this way? Do you want to go up this way? Or do you want to go up around here? We're going left. Okay. Here we go. You follow the children with backpacks up the road. Homes, hovels line the track, and strange faces appear at the windows, watching you as you pass. Then from around the bend ahead, a troop of guards appear. dart into a hut, keep my head low, blend in with the youngsters, or ignore them. I'm going to be tapping into you guys a lot more because a lot of these decisions are branching. This is no longer the tutorial. Think about what we've been doing so far. Why would we be running from the guards, right? Do we need to run from the guards? Do we have to? Why would we be like, oh shit, what have you done? What laws have we broken so far? We might run into somebody here. This is a nearby hut. This is not our property. Keep head low, whatever. Who are these youngsters? You impersonated an official. They don't know that yet. Oh fuck, maybe they do. That's true. All right, we're gonna go blend in with the youngsters. You stride quickly forward to join the group of youngsters and attempt to mimic their way of walking. The group are talking about where they will stay. The Wayfarer's Rest or the Meat and Cleaver?
I think the Meat and Cleaver is the best place.
Listen to, all right, what, I don't, listen, don't speak. Why would I suggest something? That's weird. That's weird. I mean, if somebody was walking around, I don't know, right? I wouldn't do that. I don't, maybe I would if it was like in a different, I don't know what kind of setting you would be in. If somebody was walking around and they were like, oh, gosh, I just don't know where to eat. This is my first time in Vegas. Hash House A Go-Go at the Link, which it looks okay. I haven't heard much about it. Or Dave's Pizza. I'm not sure. I mean, would I be like, hey, I'm telling you what, Hash House at the Link, man. It's going to be good. I don't think I would do that. I would probably just be like, I'd leave people alone. Or you could also do the thing too, where it's like, okay, so, oh, hey, Hash House A Go-Go at the Link. Yeah, we could pick there, or we could go to Dave's Pizza. And then I could pick up, answer my cell phone, right? Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Joe? Yeah, I'm here. You coming? You guys coming? Yeah, cool. Yep. We're meeting up at the Hash House A Go-Go, right? Oh, yeah, it's my favorite restaurant. Yeah, that's probably the best restaurant, and that's probably one of my favorite restaurants in Las Vegas. Yeah, dude, I'll see you there, right? Who would do that? No, not with my fingers. I'm not like holding up my fingers with like act with a cell phone. Listen, don't speak. All right. You keep your weary face down, and you must have the right slump to your shoulders as the guards pass straight by with nothing more than a derogatory comment. A pleasant herbal smell drifts from the doorway of a nearby hut. Should I go in the hut? I'm going in. Let's go. We're going in this hut. Inside is dark with a smell of rotting straw rising from a pile of mattresses that circle a low table. It is only after a moment that you notice these mattresses are occupied. 3 ugly faces peer at you through clouds of smoke, rising from a hookah pipe that sits on the table. Examine the people, smell the air. Why should you walk in and just go, oh, ooh, that's good. What the fuck? Smell the air. You sniff the air tentatively and your head spins. The smoke of the hookah is sweet and stupefying. It is weed plant. So you just sit here and smoke weed? This is that gas station weed we were talking about. This is not gas station weed. This is like a hookah place. I'm gonna sit and draw on the hookah. Fuck it, whatever. You gesture to the nearest elf, asking for permission to sit down beside him. He does not even notice you. Putting the pipe to your mouth, you breathe in a cloud of sweet, apple-tasting smoke. You begin to feel lightheaded. Weed plant affects different people in different ways, and you cannot be sure what it will do to you. As you wait to find out, you find yourself staring up into the clouds. Shapes seem to form themselves. There. Is it a dragon or a milk jug? That's a milk jug. If I've ever seen one before. A milk jug, overbrimming at its lip, carried by an old man smoking a pipe. Or is that a young girl dancing in a wide, billowing dress? Oh, it's an old man, of course. An old man, yes. Your father, perhaps, before he passed on. Smoking a pipe himself and telling you to train harder, to be cautious, to eat well. He never followed a word of his own advice, and now he is no longer around to hand it out. The effect of the smoke is pleasant and relaxing, like a long hot bath or a good rest. you feel yourself regaining some strength. You turn to the nearest elf and nod.
It's really good to meet you.
You say. The elf nods back in return.
Is it your hut? I want to buy it.
I don't have enough. I have 24 gold. I don't have like 1,000 gold.
Is this your hut? I want to buy it.
Yeah, I haven't even said anything.
It's good to meet you.
Oh, yeah. I want to buy this place. I feel like they're going to like kick the shit out of me.
Is this your hut? I want to buy it.
The elf nods deeply in reply. Do you have anything to eat here? The elf nods a third time, more profoundly now.
I feel like I know you already.
I'm an ordinary trader. I'm on a vital mission. I feel like I know you already. Talk to one of the others. I think this guy's too high. Right? I think we have to go somewhere else. I feel like I know you already. The elf nods once more. It is only then that you realize that he is asleep. This is useless. The smokers are too confused and vague. This is why I should have went to somebody else. Try something else. Enough talking. You look around the hut once more. One of the elves takes a long draw on the hookah pipe, then sighs and settles back on his mattress. You look at the three creatures who are staring at you with lazy disinterest. They are the black elves, normally dangerous, but now they seem like they could barely stand. Leave this place. The atmosphere is putrid. You go straight back into the fresh air and then continue up the street. You continue up the narrow road. It is packed either side with mud brick hovels, but most are deserted. A few creatures pass by, heads turned down. They do not look at you. This part of the city port is barely habited, so you're unlikely to find clues to the north gate. Spell here. There'll be more people to talk to near the docks. You pass a drinking fountain, dribbling water into a chipped stone bowl.
Excuse me.
Drink from the fountain. This is like the worst idea. The real RP mode is to drink because of the weed cotton mouth. Drink from the fountain. You lean down by the fountain and cup your hand to drink. The water tastes cool, if herbal. Perhaps something is growing in it. Oh, now all of a sudden, chat, everyone's going to say, spit it out. Oh, spit it out. Never mind. Or how many of the, drink giga chads do we have here that don't care? We must commit to the bit. It's bong water. It said it was herbal. It says something's growing in it. I'm sorry, if I lean down and I drink out of a fountain and I see a bunch of, green mold all over the spout and all over where I drank out of it, and I cup my hands down and drank it and there's, mold in my hands, I'm gonna spit it out. You swallow boldly. If the fountain is still running on a busy street like this, it can't be too poisonous. In fact, the water seems quite fresh, and you swallow a few more mouthfuls, finding you had not realized how thirsty you were. I'm stopping somebody. You stop a stooped orc-like creature.
Hey, you! Yes?
I'm new to Khare. Okay? Fucking leave me alone. Why would you do this? I'm heading for the north gate.
I'm heading for the north gate. The north gate? I heard about that once.
What did you hear?
Oh, I don't know. I think maybe they took it down. But then I've never been able to afford to cross the river.
Is it expensive?
I don't know. It's all relative. Excuse me, I have to be going.
With that, he shuffles away. There's nothing else to do here. You continue up the road. So it's expensive to cross the river. The corner of a wall. This part of town feels abandoned. Like the drying strip of sand left behind by a falling tide. A little further on... Hold on, sorry. I'm still getting over this cough. A little further on, the road approaches the first stone building you have seen since the hut by the gates. It has windows of glass and a wide yard inside its uneven high wall. Whoever lives here is wealthy and understandably cautious. They have, however, left a fine stallion only loosely tied up outside. Steal the horse and run. You wouldn't download a horse. The horse is free. Well, we don't know that. You approach the horse. It snorts nervously, wary of your presence. You might be able to calm it, or even talk to it with the correct spell. Oh, come on. We can't talk to the horse? Ah, we need a green wig. We never got a green wig anywhere. Sus. Could sense danger. We could finally cast Sus for the first time. It's not a bad spell to do in a lot of scenarios. We could do Sus. Sus is not a bad one to do. I'm going to cast Sus. Here we go. You cast the spell and a calm voice enters your mind. It tells you that the horse is a strong, powerful, and willful beast, and one unlikely to be tamed. But it is not cruel and does not wish you harm. Then the voice fades to talk to the horse. You try a few words in the common tongue, and then a few whispered in the more gentle language of your boyhood in Chawberry Wood. The animal listens with its ears cocked, giving you a strange, distant look. What of course it does is a horse. Still, it appears calmer in your presence now. Perhaps you've made a friend. Keeping your eyes fixed on the beasts, you slip the reins from around the hitching post and hold them firmly. Then in one movement, you pull sharply, bringing it round so you can jump onto its back. The horse, friendly or not, is having none of it. It whinnies loudly and rears up in the air, and then, with you barely settled on its back, it bolts at terrific speed along the road, heading back the way you came. Hold on for dear life. You cling on as best you can, trying to calm the beast as it stampedes along the outer streets of Khare. You plunge madly through a market, past a shrine, and down a wide, ruined street. Just as you think you're doomed to crash into a building, something makes the horse startle, and it leaps, throwing you to the ground. You land awkwardly. The horse whinnies and races away. Where the fuck are we? Oh my god. You pick yourself up off the ground. You're on a wide road that winds along the edge of a cliff. You're lucky not to have been thrown over it. The road passes through the ruin of a grand building. What must have been a glorious morning room. An ornamental pond is all that remains. Moss grows from the cracks in its tiled sides. Okay, so where did we... Alright, so... Should we rewind here? Or I get 3 rewinds per part. You can only rewind if you fireball the horse. No, I don't want to do that. No. I was reading what somebody said on chat. I don't want to actually do that. That's horrible. Alright. I have a choice here I could make. I'm going to go before the horse. Yep, that's my decision. 1 rewind is gone. We have only 2 more, so I have to be careful. I think I'm going to go into the house. I don't want to fireball the horse. That's 3 stamina. Do I have to fireball the horse, or are you guys going to not? You guys are going to... That's rude. It's an evil horse. No, when I cast Sus, it said this horse was very kind and was not going to cause me any harm. No, I'm not going to haunt the horse. I'm going in the house. You step through the gate of the house into its wide front yard. It was once a magnificent place, with fish ponds, now stagnant, fountains now cracked and dry, and small groups of quiet trees, now overgrown and gnarled like whispering old men. The building itself has fared no better. One side has collapsed in on itself completely, and the other leans perilously to one side. Oh, don't resident sleeper because I didn't throw a fireball at a fucking horse. I don't want to kill a horse. Okay, you understand, if I fireball the horse and mayhem breaks out in the streets, and I have to fight 10 people, and I'm going to have to rewind again. I don't want to throw a fireball at a horse in the street. I'm going to have to kill, like 3 people. You understand? I'm going to get attacked. The guards are going to chase me. I only have 3 rewinds. I can't even say rewind. Hey, by the way, Sorcery is currently on most platforms. You can get it on Xbox. You can get it on Steam. Choose your adventure. Maybe you'll throw a fireball at an innocent horse just sitting there on the side of the road and cause mayhem. I want to go to the house. You pause to look around in the trees and shrubs, and that's when you notice the 2 gleaming eyes staring back at you. A giant bat hangs upside down from one of the branches watching you. God damn it. We could go for dumb. Clumsiness? That's a lot of stamina. I'm gonna do it. Let's do dumb. You cast a spell over the bat, hoping to make it confused and clumsy, but the spell causes enemies to drop their weapons and the bat is not carrying anything. So it comes at you quite unaffected. Fuck! What? What are you talking about? I thought it made him stupid. Where's the spell book? What does it say in the spell book? What? Dumb. When cast at a creature holding an object, such as a weapon, the spell will make the creature clumsy and uncoordinated. It will drop the object. What? Oh, dim is stupid. Oh, come on. I have to. I can't waste a rewind. I can't. That's 2 rewinds. No, I can't do that. Dim. To muddle its mind, it must be handled with caution, as a deranged creature may act unpredictably. God damn it! I can't rewind. That would be 2 rewinds, and I only have 3. Look at my stamina. This thing's dead. It's just a bat. Bat's great wings buffet at your face. All right, I can kill this thing easily. I'm so much more powerful. It's fine. We're gonna get full blast. Got it. Easy. That's how you do it. That's fine. The creature is now afraid. Swinging up from a low crouch, you aim for the beast's heart. The bat falls to the ground and the light in its eyes goes dark. You turn to face the house once more. The front door is as wide as 2 men and stands imposingly sealed. A small path winds around the back of the house. I survived the meat grinder incident. There was no meat grinder incident. You made it up. Stop making things up. Stop making things up about me. Stop making things up about me. I'm sick of it. Stop making things up about me. You stride up the steps to the door of the grand house. What can we do? Sus comes in handy a lot. Sense danger. Is the door trapped? I can't zap the door, though it looks like it wanted me to be able to at some point. Hot the door. How the door is safe passage. Dop will just open it. Although I could... Well, hold on. I could just try to open the door. But what if there's a Home Alone scenario? And I Joe Pesci go grab it and I burn my hand, right? Sus. Cast a spell and a calm, collected voice tells you that inside the house is nothing but death, despair, and destruction. The voice, having delivered its warning, fades away. I'm just going to open it. Try the door. You try the door, locked of course. A slate skitters off the roof and smashes itself onto the ground to one side of you. Wait, what? Hold on, I can just break the door down? That was just from me touching the door. Break down the door. Will this hurt? That's 2. I'm going to be at 13 health if I do this. I'm going to burn the house down. We haven't even gone in it. Find safe path. I'm going to do how. You cast a spell and you feel your mind reaching out, exploring possible paths and meandering avenues. Strangely, the spell seems to ignore the house entirely. In fact, it reaches towards a road heading off on the left. That's safe passage. I mean, okay, why did I do how? How is... Okay. They're very literal. The spells are incredibly literal in this game. It's just going to tell me what is a safe way to go. It's information about the safest way of escape. Of course, I'm standing outside. It's going to go, hey, dude, just go that way. Don't go in. Why? That's not safe. Go this way. All right. Let's break it down. Taking a short run up, you charge at the door. It rebounds heavily, but does not break. A cool wind moves through the trees in the yard, making evil whispering sounds. I just bounced off the door. I'm knocking on the door. You walk up to the door and knock just to make sure nobody answers. Knock again. You knock a second time, louder. As you wait to see if you will be answered, you notice a curious detail. There are deep grooves carved into the wood of the door, radiating outwards from the keyhole. It is as though something had exploded out through it, or perhaps attached itself on the outside to force its way in through the lock. There's a bomb on the door. If I look through the keyhole, it's gonna fucking hit me in the eyeball. I'm wasting so much health doing this. I could've just burnt the fucking whole thing down. I could do DOP. Let's just open it and... Let's open it and just jump out of the way. Hot, you coward. Oh, fine, I'll do it. Fine, I'll do it. You cast a spell crafting a flaming ball of fire in your palm, which you then hurl against the door. It explodes into a rain of hot, splintering shards, while the dark hallway beyond is revealed. You step inside the great stone house. A cold silence descends, quite different from the dusty heat outside. This place feels like it has not been lived in for decades, although judging by the lack of dust, it may not have been quite so long. Floorboards creak underfoot. At the end of the hallway is a sealed door. Is that a chink of light just visible underneath the frame? Look at the light. The light beneath the door flickers, now bright, now faint, as though a figure paced back and forth. Its shadow coming and going, but you hear no footsteps. We're dead in this house, by the way, guys. Like, we're gonna die in here. I hope everyone is aware of this. Roll a fireball down the hallway. I do have potions. Okay, we're going. You make your way along the corridor. The walls on either side are lined with large portraits of dusty-looking men and sour-faced women who sneer at you as you pass. Look at the paintings. The figures in the paintings are all finely dressed, but they also have knife scars on their faces and nicks in their ears. These must be the thief kings of Khare's murky past. You pass a large metal coal scuttle sitting against the left-hand wall. You are fucked. Look in the scuttle. You stop to look inside the scuttle, but the inside is blackened, and in the darkness it seems as though an infinitely deep pit was contained inside. All right, put my hand inside. You are not afraid. You reach into the scuttle blind. The scuttle feels empty. Then your finger touches something sharp. So sharp it stings. Take your arm out or search for the sharp thing. I mean, okay, you put my hand in here. I'm not taking it out. Search the sharp thing. You feel around in the scuttle searching for the object, then you find it, earning another sharp prick. More. You keep feeling around and have a clear sense that something is climbing up your arm to your wrist. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. You shake your arm vigorously, and then with your other hand try to bat the thing away, but you feel a stinging pain in your other hand. And a moment later, you feel the same biting sensation on your neck. That's when you realize there's still something wrapped around your hand as well. It's a snake. Kill it or run into the light. Just sprinting into the light. I'm gonna run into the light. You have had enough of this torture in the dark. You race out of the house. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I want. This one, and this rewind doesn't count. This rewind doesn't count. That doesn't count. That's not what I thought. That's not what I wanted. That rewind does not count. Okay, so here we were. Put my hand inside. Okay, search for the sharp thing. Keep feeling around. Okay, what is it? Okay, yep, it's a snake. Kill it. You make to raise your sword and kill the beast, but it has wrapped itself tightly around your wrists, and now you cannot move your arms at all. You've had enough of this torture in the dark. You race out of the house. Oh, fuck. What? As you hit the light, the serpent hisses and rears back and drops into the shadow. It must be a dark snake, a creature whose bite is luckily not poisonous, just itchy. Oh, we're fine. Go back in the house. You take a moment to collect yourself, and then you step back into the darkness of the corridor, determined not to leave the house unexplored. Yeah, we're good. You reach the far end of the hall. It is only a short way from the entrance, but all is now in shadow. The only light that comes from the gap around the frame of the door in front of you. More darkness wells up to the right. You can just make out the first few steps of a flight of stairs, leading away upwards to the second level of the house. He just wants you to leave so bad, too. You push open the door and enter a wide paneled room with a thick carpet. It is a study of some kind. The source of the light under the doorframe becomes quickly apparent. A roaring fire burns in an enormous grate on one side of the room. You search around the room. The furniture is grand, carved and stained and inlaid with patterns of goblin bone. But there are no possessions to be seen. No ornaments, no jewels, no treasure, and no sign of the owner. It is as if whoever lived here had moved out. Or, more likely, as though the place had been thoroughly robbed. With the door shut, you'd expect this room to be sweatingly hot. But like the rest of the house, it is icy cold. This is not a quest, Germa. This is a burglary. Yeah, well, you want to be lawful good? Hey, you go get it. You go over to the fire to warm your hands, only to find it emits no heat at all. It burns no fuel either. The enormous grate, large enough to roast a whole boar, is entirely empty of wood, ash, or coal. But the flames are nonetheless brilliant, and as high as a man. No need for sus. I mean, I have to assume that it's probably, I'm trying to remember what's in here, or what if there's anything here. I'm gonna do magic. Let's do protect from magic. You cast a spell and a veil of magical protection settles around you. Should any enchantment attack, you'll be well protected for as long as the spell lasts. What? No, I want to, oh shit. No, look. This something, okay. You can't show up. I'm rewinding. This doesn't count. Doesn't count. Look at the flames. All right, doesn't count. Peering deeper at the base of the fire, you see there's definitely nothing burning there. The flames spring into life a finger's width above the grate. They're so bright, you can make out nothing beyond, but it seems that the hearth goes back some distance. Wait. But I didn't cast the magic protection. Oh, fuck it, whatever. Stealing your courage, you duck your head and step into the grate. The flames surround you, their crackles whispering in your ears as though you stood in a pit of snakes. But you feel no heat, your skin does not blister, and your clothing does not ignite. You stand in the middle of the fire like some kind of demon and feel no ill effects at all. From here, you can see that the hearth extends backwards much further than you might expect. Is it a tunnel? Or do you stand inside of a trap, its jaws about to spring shut? We go in. You creep forward across the grate, through the flames and beyond into a low stone alcove hidden by the fire. The walls are made of solid slabs of stone, and there is nothing here. No treasure, no secret doors. On the far wall are a strange set of markings, series of long grooves like scratches radiating outwards from a small hole. What can we do? Tea. What is tea? We don't have it. I hate that. I hate knowing that there could have been something here. We don't know the spell. We don't know the spell. You cast the spell across the groove wall in front of you, but nothing happens. Perhaps it's not a door after all. Or perhaps it is locked with a fearsome magic your own spell cannot overcome. It's impossible to be sure. You run your fingers through the grooves in the stone wall. They are a lot like the grooves you saw around the keyhole of the front door. Good thing I blew it up. They have been carved lightly and roughly with a dagger point rather than a chisel, perhaps. But the small hole at their center is much more cleanly formed. Did I blow this one up too? You cast the spell, creating a fireball of powerful heat and light in the palm of your hand. The dead end quickly heats up. But in the light, you can make out a few suggestive cracks in the left-hand wall. Seems like one of the stones might move. But how? There's no way to tell. Then the fireball flickers and fades. The cracks fall into shadow once more, and the sweltering heat fades to your... I just hurt I threw a fireball at myself. Oh, no, I didn't. What did I do? Feel over the left-hand wall. You run your fingertips over the left-hand wall, but can no longer find the cracks you saw in the light of your fireball. Oh, come on! Come on! Let me in here! Examine the hole. You put one finger into the small hole. You cannot find the bottom of it, and it seems polished and smooth. It looks like the bolt hole you might find in the stonework of a fortress doorway, except for its position in the middle of a blank wall. Is it a keyhole? You look through your pack for something to use as a key. Insert the pipe? I have what? I have a pipe? Where did I get a pipe? Wait, like my musical pipe? What if it breaks? What if I break it? It's the flute. You might lose it. Oh no. I'm doing it. Do something else. Fuck. Fuck. Free rewind. Free rewind. I got a free rewind. Insert the pipe. You slip the bamboo flute into the small hole in the back of the fireplace. There's a click. For a moment, nothing happens, and then very slowly the stones begin to move. A passageway has opened. Do I get to keep it? I do. All right, I get to keep the flute. You peer through the secret passage, but can make out nothing but darkness beyond. You'll have to go inside to find out what you have discovered. Slipping through the narrow opening, you find yourself in a slightly wider space. The walls are cool stone, and there are no windows. But the room is not dark. In one corner, an idol stands on a small shrine, lit by 2 candles which burn with thin, cold flames. This place reeks of death and decay. The shrine is covered in thin, blood-soaked strips of cloth. The shrine is poor and cheap, unlike everything else in the house. It seems to have been hastily built out of uneven stones and a plank of wood. And the small statue of a fat god that sits on it has been molded from humble clay. The bandages are each an arm span long and as deep as your thumb. Each is bloodied in 2 places, spaced a few fingers widths apart. There are 30 or 40 such bandages here, running down from the shrine like streamers. Someone was injured for a long time. You glance behind you, suddenly terrified that the secret door might swing shut and leave you trapped in this place. Uh-oh. Okay, let's look at the god. It must be some local deity. At the base of the statue is the name Korga. Above his head is a plaque with a short inscription, and on his face are painted 4 red dots. You're starting to get the jitters down here. Read the inscription. The inscription is scrawled as though in the hand of a child. You have to squint to read it.
Give me back my eyes.
The dots on the idol seem to have been daubed with a fingertip. They're perhaps directions on how to worship the god. But there's no indication of what to do, or in what order. Only the places. Both eyes, the third eye, and his forehead, and his mouth. Should I search the bandages? Out, get out. You sift through the pile of bloodied cloth. Strips quickly. Something gleams from within the pile, and you uncover a silver badge. It is the badge of a noble of Khare. The badge is solid silver and probably valuable. You place it carefully into your pack. There's nothing more to be seen in this terrible place. You slip back out of the small room, out of the fireplace, and into the hallway. You found a clue. Ooh! Compared to the little room you've just left, the dark and empty hallway seems welcoming and friendly, but not so much that you plan to linger. You place your foot on the first step of the stairwell, and suddenly it begins to move. Is it alive, or some kind of thin, flat beast, or is it a trap? So none of those rewinds counted, right? I still have 2? They all counted. I have 2 real rewinds remaining. You have none remaining. They counted? No, they didn't count. It doesn't matter. You change the rules every time. I don't change the rules every time. Look, the first time I rewound, I made the wrong choice. I thought I was going to be able to walk through the end of the fire. Right? Come on. You grab the handrail to steady yourself, only to find it is moving as well. I'm going to hold on here. You cling onto the rail to keep yourself upright. It seems the rail is moving at the same speed as the step underneath you. You rise to the top of the stairwell in a smooth motion and jump off in perfect safety. It was just like an automatic stair thing. It was just like an escalator. There was nothing scary about that. It was just a way to go up the stairs. Okay, well, we made it. If you jump, you probably get hurt. Okay, you look around, you're on the upstairs landing with doors on either side. I have to assume we're probably going to get to go to each of these. So we'll start with the bedroom. And then, well, maybe we'll start with the library. This is a library in darkness. At the far end, a pair of eyes stare back at you.
Who's there?
You call out. The creature at the other side of the room makes no reply. In fact, it makes no sound at all. The distant eyes have yet not blinked. You step forward boldly, your own eyes fixed on those across the room from you. They do not blink. They don't even move as you approach. You raise your hands to indicate you mean no harm. The eyes do not react. Then you see why. They are the eyes of a large portrait that hangs over the far wall, in shadow but for a dim sunbeam falling through a gap in the roof above. All right. But wouldn't you do guys, this world of thieves, creatures, robbers, killers, assassins, you're going to do the same exact thing. The painting is of a proud and stern-looking man dressed in loose leather armor with a serpent emblem stitched along the length of one arm. The painting fills the entire wall of the room. It must be twice the height of the man who posed for the likeness. You step back a little to regard the man in the picture. The most striking thing about him are his eyes, cold and cruel. They seem to gleam with cunning and the will to survive. They are the eyes of a man who would harm you if it suited him, knowing full well what it did. I'm sorry, I ruined that moment. Let me restart. They are the eyes of a man who would harm you if it suited him, knowing full well what it was he did. Otherwise, he stands tall and proud, with one hand on the hilt of a sword, and the other wielding a tiny dagger. Everything about him reeks of power and of threat. The picture must be of the man that lived in the house. For anyone else, it would surely cast too long a shadow to live beneath. The eyes of the painting seem to follow you as you move. Audiobook Andy. You raise one corner of the frame from the wall and peer up behind it, but it's too dark to see if there's anything hidden there. Did I take the painting off the wall? Or no, don't do that. Take the painting off? I mean, why not? You grab the base of the painting between outstretched hands, then heft the frame up and off the hook that holds it to the wall. There is a moment when you think you have it under control. Then you are holding the true weight of the picture and begin to stagger backwards. I got it! What if it explodes? I'm going to try to balance it. You backpedal across the room, trying to keep your balance. The painting threatens to topple at any moment. If you can just get turned around, you'll be able to lean the painting against the wall. Stay still. Step back. I got hurt. Step backwards into the left. Step backwards into the right. Left. Step backwards to the left. You step backwards into the left, then bring the painting down to the floor to rest safely against the opposite wall. You rub your arms with relief. Really? I thought we were dead. By the way, you probably can just get squished. You can just get squished probably by the painting and die. What a shitty way to go. Okay, look at the back of the canvas. See, I didn't want to break it. This is the reason why. With the painting tilted against the side wall, you're able to slip around and look at the back of the canvas in the weak light that trickles in through the door. It is unremarkable, with just a single inscription near the middle of the canvas. Theta, 7th noble of Khare. The painting looks like a noble, all right. Or at least it looks like the painting a noble would have made of themselves. You look over the wall to where the painting had hung, but there's nothing else of interest. It's just a dark outline. You turn your attention to the portrait. There's nothing left. You've found one new clue, and another clue has been updated. All right, we know who the 7th noble is. Lord Sansis is the 1st noble of Khare, and only he knows the full spell to open the North Gate. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember this now. Yeah. The spell and the nobles and oh yeah, this is nuts. I remember this. Okay, top of the stairs. You return to the top of the stairs. We're obviously going to go in here, because why not explore the whole thing? You step through a doorway into a simple bedroom. The bed is unmade and looks as though its owner left in a hurry. Personal effects are scattered all over the floor as if the place has been ransacked, which it probably was. A cane leans by the bedside. You see nothing else of interest. The cane is a simple straight stick with a leather loop at the top to slip around the wearer's wrist. It does not look like any sort of weapon. It does not appear to be magic. Just a cane. Should I take the cane? Why not? It's a cane. Take it. You take it, although you cannot think what it might be for. A second door leads further into the house, or you could return to the stairwell. I got a cane now, boys and girls. Look at this. Walking cane. Let's go. Let's go. The further door leads into a bathroom. There's nothing in it, not even a mirror. Only a gap where one used to hang. The only fixture is an empty iron bathtub in the middle of the tiled floor. Look under the bath. You crouch down and peer under the bath. Something darts at your face and you leap back. You crouch down again and peer under the bath a second time, just in time to see a rat disappearing through a crack in the floorboards. You head out of the room. It's just a rat. Return to the bedroom. Think that's it for the house. You walk back out to the hall. There's nothing more to explore up here, so we can go downstairs. There does not seem to be anything more to be discovered. Stairs are quite normal now. Okay. Out of the house. This house is home now only to ghosts. You hurry back out the door into the sunshine of the front garden. Outside. We made it out. Made it out. Outside the house, the sun is shining brightly. It is almost the hottest hour of the day. Interesting. Okay. So, we can go the path around the house, leave back to the main road, or just go look at the fountain. How come you're rattling around a plastic cup? I'm going to look at the fountain first. It's just, I mean, it's easy here. A fountain by the door is still bubbling. Cupping your hands, you drink a deep mouthful and feel much better. Oh, fucking hell yeah. Easy. You follow the path around the back of the building. The rear is simply boarded up and secure, with no new ways in that you can see. There's a low stone wall, partially ruined, through which the path continues, turning into a track that runs away through fields. Oh, we're not going back. We're going this way. Follow the track. You follow the track, clambering over a fence into a wide stretch of grazing land. A rocky bluff on the left-hand side throws the path into a shadow. On the top of this rise is the bulk of Khare, squatting like a gigantic toad. The fields themselves are on the lower plane. You continue along the track, leaving the buildings of Lower Khare behind. Since no one can leave the walls of Khare, they do their farming here inside the walls, as best they can. After walking for half an hour or so, the path meets a wide road. You hear a groaning sound from a nearby field, like someone was being cruelly hurt. Look for the noise. Half a dozen fat pigs are grubbing in the muck to the right. Just beyond them, a group of creatures huddle around a fire pit, from which there drifts a mouth-watering smell. Khare seems to be filled with creatures you can't place. Half one thing, half another. But from the way the strange creatures of the fire pit sit and talk, it seems they do not see their own differences. One sees you, however, beckoning with a large clawed hand. We should vibe out with the new friends? Yeah, fuck it, let's go vibe out with the friends. You clamber over the fence and stride towards the creatures. Within a few paces, the smell of cooking meat reaches your nostrils, and you see a large pig turning on a spit above the fire. The creature who waved to you has watched you approach. He grins hooked teeth and cocks his head at you in greeting. Perhaps using magic might give you an advantage. But hold on. Dud? Oh, I can just be like, look at all this treasure I have. I've got millions of dollars. Hot cannot become the new Zap. All right. All right. Imagine seeing a guy in like a cloak. You're like, hey, come over here. We've got fresh meat. Delicious pork. And you see the guy like kind of waving his arms around and doing 2 or 3 crow hops. He's like, what's he? And then he just fucking, from the outfield and center field, throws baseball like literally at your camp and it's a fireball. Why would you do that? Why did that guy just pull out a fucking flute? Yeah. We could just say hi, too. I don't have to be a threat. I'm going to greet the creatures.
Greetings! That smells good.
It is.
The creature agrees.
We picked the best one to bite into. Come here, sit down.
And you understand his generosity. They're poachers. You pull out your pipe and cast the spell and begin to play. The leader poacher gets to his feet, and to the amusement of his fellows, he begins to dance, dragging up 2 of his friends. Soon the whole encampment is on its feet, clapping, jumping, and falling about in enjoyment. In fact, your spell quickly wears off, but the poachers continue to enjoy themselves. After they tire, the pig is fully roasted. The lead poacher claps you on the back hey, and gestures for you to sit down. You take a place in the circle around the fire. The creatures shuffle and shift to make room for you. May I share your pig, you ask. The poachers laugh.
It's not our pig, and there's plenty there. Help yourself.
Oh, so they say this is bad. This is evil. This is evil behavior. But I'm gonna eat. You reach over the fire and pull off a leg of the pig and devour it. The meat is succulent and rich, and the best meal you have had in a long while. You thank the poachers, who shrug indifferently. Ask them about Khare. We'll start with this. I'm new to Khare, you tell the gathered poachers as you bite into the pig meat. What can you tell me about the city? The creatures look between each other, entertained by your question. They suck their teeth and hum and her.
Khare's a big place.
One finally answers.
Full of people pushing each other for power.
He pulls a leg from the pig, making the meat tear and stretch to demonstrate.
You want to avoid all them if you can.
What about the North Gate? I won't be staying here long. I'm headed for the North Gate. Can you help me find my way? The lead poacher looks at you with interest.
You're going out into the backlands. Why go there?
My business is my own. You reply, unwillingly to trust these ruffians. The lead poacher nods, taking no offense in accepting your answer.
The North Gate is a hard thing to open. I've never heard of anyone doing it.
The spell lines? From across the field, a woman begins to sing. The poachers smile and clap each other on the back.
Oh, Sorcery is coming. Sorcery, you talk to Sorcery.
Audiobook Andy. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Bro. Who is Sorcery?
Sorcery is our treasure. Sorcery is how we know what we should do. You'll see.
By now, the woman has reached the group. She greets the men with a kiss on either cheek. You notice she's carrying something carefully in a cloth. The man beside you beckons her to sit down beside him.
This is our visitor.
Greetings. What can I help you with? I need to open the gate. Tricky. Very tricky. As she speaks, she squats down onto her heels and places the cloth on the ground. Unwrapping it slowly, she reveals an orb of crystal.
Give me that fucking thing and just run.
You're a fortune teller.
Sorcery sees all.
One of the poachers calls out.
For instance, which fields will be left untended?
Says another. I'll hear my fortune, you declare. The men cheer and you kneel down on the mud across from her. She holds out a palm. Cross my palm with silver, she says. Oh. No. I want it. What is that? Gold? She's going to know. Will she take it? I don't know. These are like poachers, guys. What if they, why are we believing this, by the way? This could just be completely full of shit. They're poachers, and they're like eating a pig at a campfire. What if this lady just doesn't even... What if she's not a fortune teller? This could just be some person that's not a fortune teller. I'm going to do it. Gold piece is not... this is not going to work. No way. Do I... There are friends. You have 2 rewinds. I'm going to do it. Offer her the city noble's badge. I'm doing it. I did it. You remove the noble's badge you found in the abandoned house and place it into her palm. Her eyes widen suddenly. She recognizes it for what it is and looks suddenly to your face with a searching expression. Then that expression passes into puzzlement. How came you by this? Are you a noble? I found it. The woman looks into your eyes for a long moment, then nods. Very well. It is silver and will do. She closes her fist and nods. It's acceptable. She places her palms on the crystal and begins to hum.
Watch out for this one, Cerisi.
One of the men calls.
He's a sorcerer himself and all.
It doesn't look like any fortune-telling spell you have ever read about. Wait and watch. A minute passes and then Cerisi's eyes flick open. I see a long journey, she says to you, to a distant land. I see danger and excitement. All right, I could get this at Chuck E. Cheese. This is nonsense. This is clearly nonsense. She's a charlatan. Her little performance continues. I see more. You must watch for a dagger and a fish. I see a road paved with white stone leading to a place of great sadness. A blind man who will stab you in the back. She lifts her palm from the glass and smiles. Someone gets her some pork to eat. Offer to read hers in return. I'll do yours too. Let me try reading your fortune, you declare into the quiet that follows her reading. You will tell everyone else's. You always do that. You must be curious about your own. Cerisi stops eating to stare at you. There's a murmur of excitement from the group.
Ooh, this is the most unusual.
You? And what do you know of fortune telling?
It doesn't look very...
I'm a sorcerer. She raises a thin, dark eyebrow in a cool surprise. Are you? You hold out a hand for the crystal orb. Not taking her eyes off you, she puts it in your hand. Then she sits defiantly down in front of you. Well then, tell me what you see for poor old Cerisi, she declares, her eyes flashing with the challenge. You take a moment to collect your thoughts. The orb is pleasingly heavy in your palm. Floating in the air. See? Whoa! I can do it. I can do it. I can actually do it. I know. The zap or hot is not available. Tell. Wait. I could just read her mind. N. Create stink. Oh, what?
Hey, I'll read your fortune. Let me see your pie. Pull my finger.
That's like a fucking drunk uncle does. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was about to do. That
I'm not a sorcerer.
What else is there? I just float in the air. That'd be stupid. I can do it. Should I do it? Do I read her? Do I actually see her future, or do I just read her mind? All right, let's do it. You cast the spell, placing your hands on the crystal orb. Your mind clears and a vision forms. But it is not of Cerisi and her future, but of your own. You see yourself in a low, stone shrine somewhere here in the city of Khare. A man in a long white robe stands at your elbow. He is speaking.
What is the answer to the question that has never been asked?
You see your own mouth opening to reply. You concentrate as hard as you can, struggling to maintain the vision of Thanos. Don't stop. Stop. We're getting into this here. We're getting into this. Kylo Ren. Come on. We were getting into this. We were really engrossed in this. And then you had to say fucking Thanos. Kylo Ren. It's thematically accurate too, because like, what the fuck? You concentrate as hard as you can, struggling to maintain the vision. Then, as it begins to slip, there is a touch on your hand. Another presence joins yours. Cerisi, you breathe. In your vision, you see the man in the white robe bow his head, defeated at the word. The vision fades. Cerisi is watching you intently, waiting to hear her fortune. The crowd around lean eagerly in. I see your fortune. You begin. I see you losing several friends. I see you telling great fortunes. I see you losing... It's definitely one. I see you losing several friends. you say, and you see her smile slip a little. Is that all? She asks. I see you divulging a secret. You continue. Sorcery looks stunned by your words. She clearly believes you are a true psychic. A great and weighty decision seems to pass across her face. She looks to you for a moment to confirm it, then nods once more and turns to her friends. Please, be quiet, all of you. The stranger is right. I must make a confession. Why would you slip away at this point? Wait and watch. You wait and watch. I'm not a fortune teller. Sorcery continues sadly. That's my secret.
What?
The poachers cannot believe their ears. One denies it. Another claims to have known all along. A third, who it seems lost a lot of money on a bet once, becomes quite enraged and is held back by two more. Within a few moments, the whole group are rolling around in the mud, enraged, in the most almighty punch-up. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Slip away with the orb, or we could, friends, or, do we just fuck off with the orb? The poachers helped you. They did, but this is a crystal orb that I can use to read people's futures. It's not guaranteed that we're going to keep this. Maybe they'll give the orb if I break it up, or maybe I go to break it up, and one of them grabs a battle axe and tries to hit me in the head with it. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't remember this. The best part about games like this is there's thousands of options that after 5 to 6+ years, it's like I'm playing the game all over again anyways. It's great. That's called forgetting. All right, let's get out of here. Slip away with the orb. In the commotion, it's easy for you to get away until one of the men shouts,
It's all his fault!
Run. You try to run, but a man the size of a horse dives for your legs, and a moment later, you're down in the mud, in the middle of the bruise-up of your life. You crawl out from under a pile of 15 men. Wait, where did these other people come from? Where did these other people come from? You find the precious orb has shattered to 1,000,000 fragments, and several of those fragments have cut you in the leg and side. What? You limp back to the road. What? No. Who are these 15 men that showed up? Why did there were three, what, there 3 people here? There were literally 3 people sitting at this fire. Why are there 15 people here now? They were just grabbing people off the road and punching them. It's rewind time, is it? It's his fault. It's I pictured it. There he is. It's him. And I turn, and I don't know why I'm just seeing this image in my head of I've got a bunch of food in my mouth, and I've got a big bag, you know what I mean? A big bag of food, and I'm stealing the food, and I've got my cheeks are puffed out like a hamster, right? Me? I don't know why that's what I see. I don't know. I think we have to live with it because I don't want to waste a rewind. Because what if I'd messed it up all the way through? And there's probably 3 or 4 different ways to get that orb. What if we passed that point? Shit. Sneak away with the orb and get tackled by the safety, that was in the back apparently. All right, I'm gonna use it. We're gonna rewind. I only get one more. Okay, so we're gonna do everything the same way I did before. It was jig. Or should I say, fuck it, just throw a fireball. No. We're gonna break them up. But what if it doesn't work? It was greet them? Oh.
Greetings, that smells good.
It is. Okay, all right. So I don't need to waste any spell. I'm just gonna sit down. Just cause mayhem immediately. Just do everything the same way. Okay. Sorcery. Yes, you breathe in your vision. I see your fortune. Yes. I see you losing several friends. Okay, wait. You have a secret to do. Wait. Don't divulge the secret. Okay, this is what causes the brawl. If I just say, I see you giving me this orb. Right? Because she goes, I have a secret. I'm not a real fortune teller. And then people start punching each other in the face. And then 15 people start fighting on the road. Should I do that? She won't give it to you. Do we know that, though? She won't believe you. I see you divulging a secret. Okay. But I don't have the orb. All right. I must make a confession. Wait and watch. All right. People are fighting. People are fighting each other. I'm going to break them up. All right, break it up. Break it up. It's a messy fight. You wade in trying to hold the poachers apart and keep the men from throwing each other into the fire. But there's nothing you can do to keep them apart. A moment later, someone snatches the orb from your hands and cracks it over another man's head. You crawl up from under a pile of bodies and hurry back up to safety. I fucked it up halfway through. I have to tell her to give me the orb. I have to tell her to... I just got like snow globed in the head, okay? I have to go back and say, give me the orb. I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going back. I want this fucking orb. And I'm going to say, I see you give... When she tells the secret, everybody starts fighting each other. I'm going back. I swear to God, last try. Hold on. I just want to see what happens. Let me see what happens. You cast your spell, building an enormous fireball in your palm, doing 3 or 4 crow hops, which you'll hurl at the roasting pig. The fire pit explodes in a wide shower of sparks that knocks the poachers onto their backs. The pig is charred to a black hulk, and the fire turns to ash. The poachers are furious, but more than that, they are terrified. They quickly scatter, leaving nothing behind. Capture a pig for myself. You waste another half hour scurrying around the field trying to catch a pig to eat on your own. But without help, it's impossible, and the pigs, though fat, are quite nimble enough to avoid you. Eventually, mud-soaked and hungrier than ever, you give up. Okay, all right, let's go, for real. For real, I promise, I need to get this fucking orb.
Okay, excellent. Can I have some of that pig? Delicious. What do you know about Khare? Khare? Why do you... What's the North Gate? Oh, well, somebody, who are you doing here? It's my business. Okay, who's this lady? I don't know. Who is that?
Can I help you?
I want to open the gate.
Oh, that's very tricky. I could read your fortune.
You could? Tell me, are you really a fortune teller? I'd like to hear my fortune.
Oh, sit with me. Oh, I need something silver.
Here, take that.
Oh, ow. Where'd you get this?
Found it.
Oh, really? Well, it seems like you are... Oh,
You're a charlatan. You're a stupid charlatan. I hate you. Let me read yours, you fucking moron.
Oh, what, are you sure you can do that spell?
Yes.
Oh, okay, do it. Placing the skull cap on your head, you cast the spell. You begin to hear Cerisi's thoughts. Who is this idiot? Is he really a magician? What if he tells the others that my powers are all false? Her expression is a fixed smile. Oh, so you could get around it. Okay, so I see your fortune. Okay, now I see you losing several friends. You missed the fucking clue. What? Why did you tell me to do that spell? What are you talking about? You're missing an important clue. Give me this orb. I see you giving me this orb, you continue. Then you remove the skull cap. The spell is finished. Sorcery looks stunned by your words. She clearly believes you're a psychic. A great and weighty decision seems to pass across her face. She looks to you for a moment. Please be quiet. Wait and watch. Fuck, I can't take the orb. I can't get it. And I lost the clue. There has to be a way I can get it. There has to be. They wouldn't give you the option if there wasn't a way to do it. Slip away with the orb. It's all his fault. Oh, fuck. Whatever. Fuck this. You know what? Fuck this. I'm taking the orb. Such an orb is a hugely powerful artifact. If you could possess it, then all sorts of secrets might be yours, not the least the spell lines for the North Gate. Grab it and fucking run. Or wait for an opportunity. No clue? Oh, whatever. What was the clue anyways? Who cares? I'm not going to get away with it. Wait for an opportunity. There are several of them, and only one of you. You will have to pick your moment carefully. Okay, wait. I'll hear my fortune. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Create a distraction. She lifts her palm from the glass and smiles. Someone gets her some pork to eat. This is where I can get the orb. Distraction. If you wish to steal the orb, you realize you will need to create a distraction. Kick over the fire, hold my sword to Cerisi's throat, point into the distance and shout. Or, if I put, like, treasure chests all over the place, they're all going to be like, holy shit. You cast the spell, summoning a pile of treasure from the mud. The poacher's eyes grow wide in amazement, and they begin to stuff their pockets. Some are faster than others, but then the losers turn on their friends, pulling knives, robbing them for their takings. Within minutes, an almighty fight is waging over your imaginary gold. In the fight, someone kicks the crystal orb and it strikes the brazier and shatters into 100,000 pieces. 100,000 pieces? Fuck. 100,000 pieces, dude. All right, what a fog? I want this fucking thing. I don't care. I don't think I've ever had this orb in any playthrough. I don't think I've ever had this before. I know I'm throwing a bunch of rewinds, but still, come on, man. I want this thing so bad. I can see the future. Okay, imagine being able to read the future for like a manticore. That's hilarious. I'm going to do it. Spoiler in mod chat if you want it. Wait, what? Don't tell him. Don't look. Don't look. What do you mean don't look? Slow. Slowness. You cast the spell, slowing Cerisi in particular down. You reach over and snatch the orb. Success! Cerisi gives a slow motion cry, like the groaning of a skunk bear. The men look back and see you, orb in hand. The fist that catches you in the jaw is sudden, unexpected, and extremely powerful. The orb flies out of your hand and smashes into 1,000,000 pieces against the brazier. 1,000,000 this time. You run for your life, chased by men with pokers. 1,000,000, huh? A fucking 1,000,000 this time. I'm reading the spoiler. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Oh my god. I'm actually mad. I'm mad. I'm gonna rewind. You cannot get the orb from them right now. I can't. I can't get it right now. It's impossible. Okay. So, I may have done things incorrectly coming forward without items correctly to do this, where I can't get it right now with my current items and stuff. So we're going to get the clue. Fuck. That sucks. So I'm going to keep the badge then. She's a fraud. Look, I'm not going to rewind this many times, I promise. Wow. I'm fucking out of here. Bye. You make to slip away. I have told great fortunes. Good ones, Cerisi continues sadly, but not true ones. The poachers cannot believe their ears. One denies it. Another claim, yeah. Yeah. That doesn't matter. There he is. Run for it. It smashes, but I got the clue. That's all that matters. All right. So I lost 4 stamina for this whole fucking ordeal. What was the clue anyways? In a vision you saw the answer to the question that has never been asked. Cerisi. Interesting. Let's continue our quest. The road climbs between high fences and then into open fields. A little further on you see another rock face as Khare climbs another level. But at the top of this one is a line of grand houses with ornamental roofs and pillared colonnades. This is where the richer creatures of Khare live, looking down across the fields they own. You can imagine them, sipping iron wine on their balconies and watching the toil of the farm workers through a spyglass. But the more you look, the more you realize something is wrong. A tree grows from one roof. Another has slipped sideways into the yard of the neighboring house. These places are falling into ruin. You knew Khare was poor, but this is worse than you'd ever heard. The road carries on, rising very slightly through thin and meager fields. Scarecrows made from skeletons hang from posts on either side, their bones rattling in the breeze. There is no one about. With the hottest part of the day approaching, you reach a crossroads of sorts. To the right of the main road, a track lined with colored flags leads along the line of a cliff. Short distance from the road is a small hut built from mud bricks. Smoke rises from the chimney, and a thick, rich smell wafts from its door. If it is a shop, they can't have much to trade, stuck out here in the middle of the fields. The door to the small hut is a little ajar. A pleasant smell drifts out, but you hear nothing from inside.
Boom! Hey!
Let's knock. Okay, hello? You knock firmly on the door. A voice calls back.
Enter, friend, but be careful as you open the door. I don't give a shit.
Just shove it open. Shove the door open. What is going on in here? Okay. You give the door a quick shove, and something, a jar of some liquid, drops from the door frame and smashes on the floor.
There it is! Oh, well.
What? The shop is a kitchen. There is a fire in the grate with a pot above it, which bubbles and smokes. On the walls hang herbs, vegetables, meats, and cooking equipment. But no matter how hard you look, you cannot seem to see the speaker. I'm going to look at the hearth. Looking again, you suddenly notice the strange-looking creature standing beside the pot. Wait, hold on. He has a human torso, but his head is nothing but a green-colored jelly. He's hard to spot because of the vegetables hanging on the wall behind him, but you can tell he is the chef, as the long, sinuous tentacles come from his head, are scooping with ladles, stirring with spoons, waving salt shakers, and brandishing a cleaver.
So, what do you want?
Asks the creature.
Get over here!
Look around more closely, talk to the creature. Be nice, be nice, be nice. Talk.
Greetings, creature.
Look, I don't have all day. What do you want?
The creature complains, its tentacles go back to stirring. Chopping and mixing. This is a robbery. I'd like to buy some food. We actually might be able to get away with it. I mean, look, this is just one hut out in the middle of nowhere. This is a robbery. I mean, I could probably kick this guy's ass. He's pretty rude, too, by the way. What do you want? Oh, greetings. Look, I don't have all day. Maybe you were a little more cordial. Be nice. Be nice. I have 24 gold. Yeah, do I want to... All right, okay, I'd like to buy... No! I didn't mean to do that. No, fuck! I don't... I barged right in! You step through the doorframe, something falls on your head with a crack, and an oily liquid begins to ooze down the side of your face. I barged in last time. Wipe it off. You lift a hand to your head to wipe the liquid away, but as you do, you feel tufts of your hair coming out of your palm. What? From across the hut, a voice.
Serves you right, intruder. You should have been more cautious, but I was wondering where I left that potion of baldness.
Reaching up, you realize it's true. Your head is now a bald scalp, and even your eyebrows have come off. You laugh, and so does the creature on the other side of the room. It's a strange-looking thing. The creature has a human torso, and his head is nothing but a green jelly or whatever. All right, talk to the creature. Okay, I'd like to buy some food. I'd like to buy some food.
All right. It's 5 gold pieces, and it's bristle beast kidneys. Hope that's all right with you.
Giving his cauldron a quick stir, but never taking his eyes off you. It's only one piece of food? I mean, that's too much, right? But sometimes bartering doesn't work sometimes. I'm just going to pay him because a lot of times they'll go, fine, leave. And I'm not rewinding for bullshit reasons anymore. I'm paying. You pay him the money and he hands you a bowl of stew. Doesn't taste very nice, but you force a smile. The creature nods and offers you a drink to help wash it down. Spill it to create a distraction. Should I drink this? This guy's got weird potions everywhere. The game really wants you to rob this guy. Yeah, why? Drink it. You drink it down. It's actually quite refreshing. With your meal finished, there's not much more to be done. Your hunger satisfied. You thank the cleaning creature and leave the hut. Okay. I don't know what happens if you attack him or rob him bald. You know what's really funny? The game is going to remember that, and there's going to be tons of lines through the rest of the game that say, it really grazes over your bald head. It's just going to be there now forever, but whatever. Oh, you feel the breeze on your bare scalp. We're going to read shit like that every 10 minutes now. I could just send... I got a lot of teeth. This doesn't take any stamina. Let's go. You toss down a goblin's tooth and cast your spell. There's a thin wisp of smoke, and then a column of fire, and then from the flames, a goblin warrior emerges to give you a jaunty salute. He looks about for someone to fight, but sees no immediate threat. Send him over to the statue. You direct him over to the statue. He approaches casually, and then quite suddenly, the statue moves, its arms slicing through the air, one cutting through the goblin at head height, the next at knee level. The poor creature drops to the ground in 3 pieces. A moment later, it vanishes in a plume of smoke, and when the smoke has disappeared, you see nothing but the statue standing just as before. Did you imagine it moving? Holy shit. So I just do it, but, what if it kills me, I get a free rewind. The statue depicts a man of sorts, with long and spiny limbs, sharp-edged and cruel. Its hands are pressed together before its body, as though in prayer to one of Khare's many gods. Around its neck hangs a locket of what looks like solid gold. Okay, examine the hut. The hut behind was thrown up in a hurry. Its walls are patched with mud and clay, and the door is made from torn-up fish crates. The planks still bearing the marks of the ships that brought them in. The statue suggests this could be a shrine, but you do not recognize the deity. Free rewind. They're all free now. Feels weird, man. Oh. It's probably walk. Create a shield. Maybe I can block it. If I hold the shield up, will it... Boom. I'm going for it. Oh my goodness. You place a gold piece on your wrist and cast your spell, creating a shield. You ready blade. The creature's not strong, but its blade-like arms are quite deadly. You would do well to avoid even a single blow. Alright, well, we're going full blast here. The statue slashes its razor blade arms through the air. It tries to scratch you. You raise your sword and aim to carve the thing in 2. You land a simple blow. The creature is losing its spines, but it keeps coming. The mantis man's long spines stretch. I have to defend here. Yep. Ow. Oh my god, that hurts. That's with defending. That's with a shield and defending, by the way. Raising your shield to protect your body as much as possible, the mantis man dashes forward. Bounding across the dirt, you fall over yourself trying to escape its reach. Fuck. It's okay. You aim a blow for its bug eyes. As the mantis man eyes turn briefly dark, it prances forward. Can I do it? Shit. I don't think I can do it. I can. And then again, full blast. It jumps towards you. Full blast. Got it. We're good. Your sword cleaves piece after piece from the creature's side. You slice for the statue. Did you hear that? That was like... Then your blade lands deep. You cut again. Twist. And the mantis man collapses into dirt. With the mantis man defeated, the street falls quiet once more. What do we got? With the danger past, you go over to the creature and search it quickly. The only thing of interest is the locket you saw around its neck, which turns out to be a sun jewel. You pocket it. Time to get away from this place. The spell may only be cast upon the yellow sun jewel. Once cast, the jewel will glow, either brilliantly, to dazzle attacking creatures, or just light enough to act as a torch. Interesting. So it's a flashlight. That's cool. You step inside the shadowy hut. The first thing you notice is the smell. Thick and bloody, like a butcher's shop. The second thing is something that you kick, that rattles away across the floor, an arm bone. Free bone! You pick up the bone. It is human, all right, and there are teeth marks. You pick through a few more bones. Male, female, child. A few different creatures, not many, but all mixed up. In one corner, you find a number of knuckle bones that have been strung together into a morbid bracelet. Take it. You take the bracelet and put it on, trying not to imagine that a skeletal hand is gripping your arm. A little sickly light trickles in through the windows. What's that? What did I just get? Bracelet of Bone. That's another one. What's that do? Oh shit, right here. While wearing a Bracelet of Bone, the caster of the spell can concentrate on a particular illusion. This illusion will become real to others. However, affected creatures must be intelligent, and the caster must not act counter to the illusion. So I can pretend to be somebody else? That's cool. That's 2 new spells back to back. Let's go. Okay. I probably should be careful here, because I'm going to call out. Who's there? I'm armed! There's no reply. The hut at least appears to be empty. A shadow falls across the doorway of the hut just for a moment. You look around the other corners of the hut. There are a few piles of ragged clothing, presumably torn from the victims' bodies. Yikes, that acting. What? What? I called out as if I was back home from school. Hey, Mom, I'm back home from school. I feel like I need to get out of here. Search clothes. Digging through the pile of clothes, you unearth 5 gold pieces. What? This place is disgusting. You turn and get out. Oh my god. I got everything. Did I do that in the right order? You step outside the hut onto the street, grateful for the relatively fresh air. The road leaves the fields, heading back between buildings once more. To the left, a short track leads away and you hear distant sounds of chanting. A squat building at the end of the track sits in a patch of neatly tilled field. You make out a few figures in bright orange robes working outside. We're going over here. The short track ends in a low building surrounded by figures in long robes. They are monks. A few work the fields around the building, while others sit in contemplation of the sky, the wrinkles on their hands, or the soles of their feet. One monk greets you with a nod of his head. You step past him to enter the monastery, but the monk reaches out and takes your arm. You are forbidden. My apologies, but strangers are not allowed inside. My apologies. You reply, bowing your head. The monk smiles. Welcome to our humble monastery. He puts his palms together and nods. Friend, sit down beside me, and we will talk. The monk pulls out a set of knuckle bones and lays them on the bench. Swindlestone. Swindlestones. The monk nods. A game I have contemplated for a long time within these walls. He indicates the knuckle bones eagerly. What's the stake? The monk smiles. I am a monk, in case you did not notice. I offer nothing and ask nothing.
I only play for money.
All right. The monk hands you your dice and waves at you to bid. Let's start with 1, 1, 4. Maybe you could help me. I'm traveling to the north gate. Ah, so you seek the 4 spell lines to unlock the gate. Can you tell me any of the lines? 2 1s. Okay, that means he has to have 2 1s. I'm going to say 3 1s. To find the lines, you must find the nobles. And that will be difficult. Dude, yeah, you call this. I will manage. Holy shit. He almost had 4 1s. If I had even had 1 1, that would have been bad. Okay. If you are truly determined to find the spell lines for the gate, there was one other route you could try. Other than finding the nobles, you mean. Okay, 1 2. I have a 2. Let's go 2 2s. Not someone exactly, but there are other forces with knowledge. 2 4s. Okay, hold on. He has 3. So he might have a... Really? One of the nobles, Lord Mulas, was a follower of the god Slang. If you visit his priest, perhaps the god will know. There's only one problem. Where's the priest of Slang? 4 4s? I could call it, but that means... but if he has, he might have 2. I could call it. This is dangerous, though, because if he had... I don't think so. I'll call it. That means he has to have 2. And he didn't. Good. Let me see. All right. Holy shit. Okay, well, should I just go right for it and just try to get him to call? I think there are 4 twos, right? This is stupid, right? I could just get him to call. No, yeah, no way. Oh yeah, really? What do we got? I got 4 twos, buddy. Both hands just fucking went through the desk. Let me see. I think we got everything we needed out of this guy. All right, so he has one die left. 1, 1. All right, I think there are 2 ones. 3 ones. All right, well, it's literally impossible. I win. I get all your money. Let's go. You flick the monk's final die off the table with a grin. I win, you tell him. Do you have time to play again? The monk asks. He glances at the workers in the field as he asks. Time to play again. Should I play again? More? Okay. Another game, you agree. All right. Do I get more info? 2 ones. Let's start it off. Our orders follow the goddess of chance and fortune. Bro, do you have 3 of those? Call. Who's that? The goddess of chance and fortune. No, that's no way you have 3. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. All right, whatever. Fuck you. This is the most elegant game, is it not? 1, 4, 2 ones. 3 ones. All right. You don't have 3 ones. You don't have 3 ones. You don't have 3 ones. Got it. I'm gonna be a fucking weirdo. Ready? Watch this. 2 twos. 3 twos. Oh, I'm not reading the text. Shit. I'm not reading the text. I'm too busy playing the game. What did he say? What did he say? Something important? So you are new to our city. I arrived yesterday. Okay. 2, let's be honest, 2 threes. Really? You're going to call me on that? Because what I did last game? Well, that was stupid. He only has 1. Should I say, let's just start here. Like, oh, there's 1 4. 2 4s. Really? That would be interesting considering I don't have any fucking dummy. 1 more, the monk suggests. I'm learning a great deal. Really? Am I going to have to beat you 3 times? All right, what did he say? Where's the priest of slang? The shrine is just before the docks, down the middle lane from the well. But it is not open to strangers all evening. You must reach it before nightfall. Okay, down the middle lane from the well. Okay, you're new. You've learned our little game very quickly. Let's begin. Here's a bid, okay? All right. 1 more. Fine. Just do it right off the bat. 3 4s. Right off the bat. Call it. Yep. Thank you. 2 twos. Really? How about 3 twos? Why would you call that? Wait, was he lying to me? He has to have 1 2. Why would you do that? What? I got him again. He only has 2 die. All right. How about 2 1s? 2. Okay. I got 2 of those. He must have at least 1. Call it. 4. All right, dude, come on. That means does he have a double? That means he has to have a double. I'm gonna call it. Oh, what a punk! What a punk! Okay, 2. You only have 1, so 2 4s. I have to. Okay, unless he wants. Should I just call him? No. All right, dude. I have so many. 3. Just call him right now. No, dude, that would be accurate. 4. But he definitely has that. I got screwed. This hand screwed me here. What? Okay, I'm gonna call. What if he just doesn't even have that? Whatever. That's fine. The guy won 1 round. He's got 1 die. I'm fine. This guy literally has won 1 hand out of like 15 we've played. This guy's he's screwed. 2 3s. Bullshit. No, that's not what he has. That's bullshit. Bullshit. You don't have a 3. What the fuck? Maybe 1 3. How about 1 5? Well, 1 4. 2. Hey, See ya. Sit down. I win. The monk nods sagely. The other brothers are returning to the monastery. I must go in, he says. It is time for our midday considerations. You have been a truly formidable opponent. As he stands, he grasps your hands between his and mutters a blessing. You feel a tremendous wellness flooding through your body. Thanking him, you head back to the main road once more. The road leads directly into one side of a large domed building. It's some kind of sprawling covered market. Looking left and right, you see several other roads entering the building through different archways. A group of serpent heads are just passing by. Okay, talk to them. You stop one.
Greetings. What is this place?
The serpent head looks back at you, unimpressed.
It's the artist's quarter.
They have to have a roof over them,
Or their paint's run, and they complain. Nothing worse than a complaining artist,
remarks the second creature.
Sounds worthless, you reply.
One of the serpent heads, a female, makes a harumping noise. Make fun of my son's lisp, would you? She asks, then with one hooked fin smacks you about the head. The rest of the group turn their nostrils and march inside the market. Intriguing sounds drift from inside. Oh, fuck. What an asshole. It's like, I don't... Shit, dude. The market is a maze of alleys. Every inch of space is being used for trade, with shops, stalls, and piles of goods set out on crates and barrels. Hawkers bellow about their wares, each trying to shout down the next. People and all manner of strange creatures mill about. Most are probably pickpockets. Very few seem to be buying anything. You lose yourself browsing the stands. Most sell carpets, but some also offer incense burners, lanterns, and pottery. You can't see any blacksmiths or food stalls, however. You move on through the market, elbowing your way between shoppers and hawkers to stand below the enormous glass dome. Through the hubbub of passers-by, you spot the exit across the hall. Noise rolls like thunder around the roof of the market. You walk to the furthest end of the market. On your left, a man grabs your sleeve.
You want to buy a carpet?
He asks.
Finest carpets this side of the backlands, made from real moths.
Look at the carpets. Behind the man is a towering stack, 30 or 40 carpets high. Each one is gray and so dusty that they make you want to sneeze. A fight has broken out in one corner of the market. It is quickly settled by a score of passers-by. Moth carpet. Hog. Very good carpet, the man assures you.
How large you want? Size of a bed? Size of a room? Size of a palace garden?
I give you same price. He drags out a carpet to show you. I can summon the giant. I feel like that would be such a waste. God, I need to use the Resident Evil rocket launcher already. Do it. Yob, please. Just do Yob and rewind. Do I get a free rewind here? Yob, I'm doing it. Fuck it. Jesus. You toss down one of your giant's teeth and cast your spell. It bursts into smoke, which makes the carpet seller panic and rush for a bucket of sand. But instead of a fire, the smoke turns into a giant who fills the small shop and then quickly bursts through the roof as it stretches to its full height. The carpet seller yells in terror and rushes out through one of the collapsed walls, closely followed 2 gnomes who had been hiding behind the stack of carpets. Tell the giant to move the carpets. You set the giant to tidying up the piles of carpets and discover a pair of nose plugs and a small bag containing 6 gold pieces in the process. You pocket them, just as the giant disappears once more. Then you stride back. I can do the stink spell now. But our giant friend, all he did was just scare everybody. Is it worth? It's probably worth. I got a new spell. We traded. Is it worth trading the giant for the smelly smell? I don't know. You traded a rocket launcher for an air horn. You summon the giant for carpets, but not the manticore. I know, but we got a money, and I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna keep it. The market seems to be endless. You're quite sure you've seen the same 12 creatures walking around in his circles now. You return to the middle of the market below the dome. Looking to one side, you spot a small artist studio. Sign above it says, find yourself in here. The artist sits outside. You have a feeling there is something strange about him, but you cannot work out immediately what it is. Please, go back. Hey, I can't just rewind everything. I can't just rewind every single thing, right? Like, I have to live with some decision. Rewind. The fart spell is good. I'm begging you. No, I can't. I can't. You were supposed to rewind that, but it was funny, and I want to keep the spell, because I want to keep the stinky spell. You rewound 15 times for an orb. That's not true. I didn't get an orb in my inventory after that. I was desperately trying to get the orb in my inventory, and I didn't get it. All right, I'm going to run a poll. Here's the poll. This has to be at least 70%. Keep giant, yes or no? And I go back. It's got to be at least 70%. I don't think it's going to get there. A lot of people don't want to rewind. I think you guys understand. Oh, fuck, wait. Keep giant is winning. Oh, God, whatever. Keep giant is a rewind. This is confusing. No, all right, hold on. Yeah, if you misunderstand it, hold on, let me do another one. Again, a misunderstanding. It was too complicated. Phrasing? What do you mean? All right, everybody relax. Rewind to keep giant. There you go. Yes or no? It's very simple. What do you mean phrasing? This is exactly what's going on here. I don't know how people are confused by this. This is not confusing. Do you want me to rewind? Do you want me to keep like that? Do you want me to rewind to keep the giant? There's nothing confusing about this. Hey, any stinkers? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's close. Uh-oh, it's close. Uh-oh. It's gonna come down to the last second. Oh, fine. Wait, what? You said 70. You said, oh. Whoops. Who cares? All right, you know what? Fuck it, I'm burning this stall down. That's what we're doing here, okay? That's what I'm doing now. Because you know what? This is what you get. This is what you get now. I'm throwing a fireball into this guy's stall. That's what you get now. That's what you get. You cast the spell building a fireball in your palm, but you don't have time to decide what to do with it. As it turns out, that moth wings are extremely flammable, and this is no mere candle flame you are holding. Within seconds, the stack of carpets is on fire. The owner of the shop turns and flees, as do two gnomes who are hiding behind the pile of rugs. The shop collapses as the roof catches, and there's nothing you can do to stop the fire spreading. The crowd around is quickly stampeding as the flames take hold. The covered market begins to fill with smoke. Then you see daylight and race for it. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for me. That doesn't work. I'm rewinding again. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to do tell. Okay? Read minds. You slip on the cloth skull cap and cast your spell. Okay, hold on. Tuning into the carpet seller's thoughts. He is thinking about the pile of carpets building up by the door, and how if he just shows you a few more, you will be trapped. How about this? He hauls the first carpet to the door, then heaves out another. The rugs aren't light, and he huffs and puffs as he moves them around. Do the giant and then rewind again. Why would I do that? I'm attacking him. It only takes a single punch to fell the carpet seller. No, I want the item. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. The market seems to be endless. I dropped that guy in one hit, by the way. You're quite sure you've seen the same 12 creatures. Oh, whatever. I get to keep Yob, and I punched a guy in the face. Fine. You return to the middle of the market below the dome. Looking to one side, you spot the artist studio. All right, I was going to go to the artist studio. This fucking Bugleberry motherfucker laughing at me is freaking me out. The artist sits cross-legged, surrounded by average quality artwork. Not surprising, really, since it seems this painter has no hands. You're a fraud. Why would I ever do that? Look at the paintings. You look over the portraits. He has done a series called The Nobles of Khare. You recognize none of the faces, but do your best to commit them to memory for future reference. The pictures are not bad, considering. Greeting. The artist nods in return.
Would you like to buy a painting? They're all originals, I assure you.
It does not seem possible. How does he hold a brush? The artist beams at you and adjusts his sitting position. What happened to your hands? You're a fraud. Do you hold the brush in your mouth? This is like fucking rude. What happened to your hands? You ask bluntly. You notice the artist's smile slip ever so slightly.
Someone did not like the picture I drew of them. I think he saw a little too much truth in the image.
Oh. I don't want to leave. I want to... but these are rude. This is rude. I don't want to say either one of these things, but I don't want to leave. I want to, like, unlock more stuff. I'm going to say it. Do you hold the brush in your mouth?
No, nothing like that.
The artist shakes his head.
Ah, but to know my secret, you must step inside my hut. There is a painting I'm working on, even as we speak.
He points with his chin.
Please.
The walls of the hut are covered in sketches, and the floor is splattered with paint and ink. In the center of the room is an easel, and working furiously behind it is a floating brush, seemingly guided by an invisible hand. Watch the brush. The brush moves with hypnotic speed, darting in and out of different paint pots on the floor and then whipping across the canvas. Whatever is being depicted, it seems the brush would like to finish it as quickly as possible. This is freaking me out. This is actually freaking me out. Look at the canvas. You cross the room to look at the canvas and your heart sinks. The brush is painting an image of you. Now that it has had a closer look, the brush begins to edit the picture, refining its impression of your features. Should I grab the brush? Or what if it's just a cool picture? Wait. You wait to see what the finished image will look like. The paintbrush works at furious speed until the painting is completed. It is not a bad likeness. But then, the image on the canvas begins to move. What? Should I wait? Run for it. Wait. You watch, transfixed, as a painted duplicate of yourself clambers from the frame to stand on the ground. From outside, you hear the artist commanding the painting to grab your money. The duplicate lumbers forward, its sword drawn. I don't have any... I could throw a grenade if I could. Son. Wait, I can, like... Dud might work. He wants money. You cast a spell and create a small pile of illusionary treasure, but your opponent is not in the least bit interested. You lift your sword, ready to engage your double. He may have your strength and weapon, but will he have your skill? Oh! I just full blasted like an idiot. All right, we're good. We're good. We're okay. He did. That was a full blast. I'm gonna go like 4. I'm gonna go like 3. I'm gonna go 2.4, 2.5. Whatever. It's okay. You're right. That was 2. That was 2. We're gonna go full blast now. Got him. Is he gonna come in hard? You think? Yep. I couldn't have done it. I'll take the damage. It's fine. One more full blast. He's dead. You do not make things easy for it. You rush at it, swinging a masterful slice. Your blade cuts through the fabric of the picture, and suddenly, its fibers unravel and part. The painting moves forward, tearing itself in two. The pieces collapse to the floor, the magic broken. The hut is suddenly very still. Where is that motherfucker? Time to teach the artist that such behavior will cost him dearly. You search his hut thoroughly. In one corner is a stack of pencil sketches labeled Shinva, 5th Noble, Theta, 7th Noble, and Sansis, 1st Noble. It is a set of likeness of the nobles of Khare. You roll them up and put them in your pack. You slip out of the hut once more. The artist tries to stop you with his foot. You buy? He asks. Your painting just tried to kill me. The artist shrugs.
My art is only what it sees, he answers. I'm not responsible for your heart. Now buy or leave.
And he gestures away with his nose. I've taken my reward already, you retort, indicating the stack of sketches. The artist shrugs, apparently not too concerned.
Those nobles won't be worth much soon anyhow, he replies.
Wait a minute. What do you know of the nobles?
Oh, Vic for first noble.
The artist nods. He salutes you by spitting at your feet.
Mind how you go.
You return to the lower end of the market. The air grows thick with the scent of perfumes, incense, and flowers, and then a darker smell, soot. Smoke is coming from a fire master's stall, outside of which several ornate fires of different colors and shapes are burning. The fire master's face is a patchwork of scars and scabs, and he smiles a ghastly smile.
Hello there. I hope you're interested in fire.
White, green, blue, and black fires burn side by side in a row, like flowers in a window box. They are quite beautiful and almost hypnotic in the way they move. What are they for?
Different things. Maybe for relaxing. Maybe for making the ladies fall in love with you. Some's for cooking. Others are warm. But I don't sell so many of those. Goku. My favorite, though, is inside.
He glances meaningfully at the hut door. Okay, show me.
Be my guest.
In the center of the fire master's hut, a fierce fire is blazing away, threatening to engulf the entire room. But the flame is giving off remarkably little heat. You're not even breaking a sweat standing this close to it. I'm going closer. You take a few steps closer. From here, you notice that in the very heart of the fire, there is a wooden chest. The fire reminds you of the one in the grate of the large abandoned house you explored earlier. We'll do tell. Tell's sometimes more fun. You place the skull cap on your head and cast a spell. There are no mines inside the hut to probe, but you find the fire master's thoughts easily enough.
Will this traveler fall into my tribe?
He is thinking. Seems he is hoping you will try to enter the flames. The chest is closed, so you cannot see what is inside, but it is clearly not burning despite being made of wood. Don't fall for it. But maybe I can do it. I'm going for it. You reach out for the chest, testing the flames with your finger. They're really cool, but still, to reach the chest, you will need to step inside the flame itself. But I want it. I want it. I'm leaving, fine. You step outside and nod to the fire master. Very impressive. The fire master nods and smiles, clearly hoping you will buy one of his lesser wares. Ask him about the fire in the abandoned house. Oh, that's interesting. How much is... Okay. How much for a small flame?
It's 8 gold pieces. From the look of you, I'd say you want a flame that burns on pure danger.
He pulls a little box from a bag by his feet.
It'll light when you open it and catch on anything dangerous nearby, if danger there be. If it can, it will burn whatever is threatening you clean away.
That's too expensive. Yeah, a nice toy, but I'll save my gold for something more impressive. Okay, as you will. I want to know about this. I visited a house here in Khare where a fire burned in a hearth without heat. One of yours? The man shrugs.
Perhaps. I'm not the only fire master in Khare, but I am the best. A grand house, was it?
Yeah. It was a grand house, if abandoned now.
Ah, the house of Lord Theta, I would imagine. You trespassed if you went in there. He went blind, you know. So much for the 7th noble of Khare. He lives as a beggar now.
Interesting. What about the north gate? Tell me something. I need to pass through the north gate of the city. Can you help? The fire master shrugs. Not bad.
Bless me. Not bad. Not many who do. None as I've ever heard of.
I know about the spell lines. I was told by an innkeeper.
Good. Well, you'll need no help from the likes of me. Unless you'll be wanting to know what the spell lines are. That might be harder. The nobles are all but disbanded. There's no council anymore. Just an empty building with some guards.
Are they all dead?
No, not all of them. I've heard tell. But now they've all gone to ground, hidden. I told you of Blind Theta already, for instance.
Is there no other way to find the spell lines?
Probably. Khare is full of gods. Ask the god of malice. He has a priest near here. Ask the other one, the fat one, the god of whatever he's the god of. He was much chance of getting something from them powers that be as he would getting a noble to talk. Seeing as most nobles have had their tongues cut out already. And at least gods stay in one place. Now, get on with it. There's real customers I've got to talk to. Goku.
You nod and stride back into the crowds of the market. One voice Andy. One voice Andy. I've got one, and it's a good one. Passing creatures jostle and elbow you. All right, it's time to leave the market. You move back to the center of the market. You've been waiting and walking in circles for some time now. You smell of blood and straw. You turn around, intending to leave the market when you realize that you have lost sight of the entrance in the crush of people and creatures. You wander for a few minutes from one carpet seller to the next, but you're quickly utterly lost. How? I'm going to do how. You cast the spell and a voice enters your mind with clear instructions of how to leave the market. However, they're complicated, and you won't be able to remember them unless you go now. Mad, do something funny. I have 10 health. Striding quickly, you follow the twists and turns as guided by the voice in your mind until you see daylight. Emerging, blinking into the sunshine, you find yourself near a tall statue, beyond which is a wider plaza. At the foot of the statue is a drinking fountain. Drink. You drink a deep draught of cool, crisp water and feel quite refreshed. Ooh. This is a paved clearing, perhaps intended for visitors to the market to tie up their horses. But if any have, then it would seem their horses have been stolen. We know all about that. All around the slum, houses rise tall, squats piled on squats, emanating a thick and terrible smell. There are not many creatures about. The main road continues between the slums, heading up a low rise, and a side alley leads left. To the left, a narrow road leads deep into a slum district, but its lanes are slung with decoration and ragged bunting. The main road turns to the right here, and continues up the rise towards a run of slightly grander buildings. Ivy and gripweed hang from the bent metal railings. The whole place seems empty, deserted, and dark. Suddenly, out of an almost invisible narrow alleyway, a figure no higher than your knee dashes out and collides with you, sending you sprawling. They cry about an apology as they hare away down the street. Run after it, check myself over. Yeah. Excuse me. You charge off quickly down the road. You know a pickpocket when you feel one slip their hand into your purse. You catch sight of them, just slipping into a narrow alley further up the road. It will take you off the main track and into the maze-like backstreets of Khare if you follow. The slum districts of Lower Khare are unlikely to house the secret of the North Gate, but you might be able to learn where to find out more. Alright, we're about to run into the Follow the Thief. This is going to get us kind of lost here. Or do we go down Mansion Row here? Do we go up? Go get the thief? Into the slums? Run after the thief? Or take the main road down here? Oh my god. You guys really want that gold. Holy wow. Damn, alright. You guys are out for blood. Go follow the thief. You race into a side alley after the figure, twisting and turning between tall buildings. The thief is a small child who freezes for a moment, then begins to run twice as fast, straight towards a high boarded fence. Kill? Kill this person, right, guys? Kill this person. Go get him. Right? Really? Oh, interesting. Your choice is very interesting. The child looks spry and sprightly and terrified. You wouldn't put it past them to try and climb their way out. Slowness? Just boom. Cast slow? That seems like a good idea. You cast the spell and the child's movement slow to a crawl. One foot is placed on the fence. They try to leap higher, but they misjudge and fall slowly to the floor. You grab the child by the scruff of the neck. It's a young girl. She squirms and wriggles clumsily as she tries to escape. I think you robbed me, you declare. Me? No, I wouldn't. I never would. I'm being chased by the guard. Are you a guard? Yes. Yes, I am, and you're in big trouble. Yes, you lie. And you're in big trouble, right? The girl begins to panic. Suddenly, you hear footsteps behind you, and before you can react, a figure has grabbed you by the scruff of your neck and hauled you backwards into a building. Scram! This new figure growls to the child, who needs no further warning and is quickly out of sight. What? What the fuck? Don't be afraid. Murmurs a voice. You turn to see who it is. A dark-skinned man with a beard of short stubble. As you look at him, he releases you, holding up his hand to show he means you no harm. Apologies to give you a fight, he says. I thought you were attacking that child. Please, sit with me and talk for a while. That child stole from me. He nods. I'm sure she did. That's how they eat round here. But you can take it, I'm sure. You don't need to take revenge on children, surely. You look around the building and realize you're in his house, you're in his home. It is well furnished, with rich woven tapestries on the walls. Look him over. You look the man over. He is a noble-looking sort, and wears fine furs and a cloak. He seems friendly enough, but he can't be a noble. You do not recognize him from any of your pictures or of the nobles of Khare. You take a seat. Tell me about Khare, you begin. I'm new here. Ah, this is a treacherous place. You can't trust anyone or anything in this town. He winks at you. But before I go into all that, would you like some ale? How many times do people have to tell you this place sucks? Oh, yes. Oh, tell me about Khare. Yeah, sit down. Well, first of all, this place sucks.
Oh, yes, welcome to Khare. Yeah, please, take a look at my wares. This place sucks. Khare, of course. One of the most dastardly cities, full of traps, full of horrible things. This place sucks.
This place sucks.
They really do all do that. They always do that. That's true. No, I'm going to drink with him. The man returns with 2 mugs of ale, and he places one deliberately in front of you. So let me tell you about my city. He begins conversationally. The center of Khare is built around the port, and it can be a dangerous place at night.
Hey, do you know the spell lines?
Like, I've already drank 5 of these, apparently. Why is that? Well, they say that those wandering the streets get waylaid and captured onto slaving ships. So be sure to be settled down in an inn before sundown. To your health. Oh, shit. Oh. You waste no time summoning the force of Zap in your hands and then casually flinging into the chest of the man opposite. He gasps in surprise, but he is not killed, only wounded. Unsurprisingly, he reaches for his sword and you draw your own. Kill him in 1 hit. Van Gorn raises his sword and stares at you along the length of the blade. You grip your sword firmly, then bring it up fast to deliver a heavy blow. He is off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He stumbles forward, eyes opening wide with surprise. You have finished me. After so long undefeated. With Van Gorn dead, you are free to search his small house. Open the cupboards, open the hangings, look behind the hangings, search his pockets, do everything. I'm just like, opening each curtain. What the fuck are you doing? I don't know. Hey, you know what? You know what the fuck I'm doing? People just gave me so much shit over the last like 30 or 40 minutes. Oh, he's gonna do howl, he's gonna do sus, he's gonna be so safe. Oh yes, greetings. Oh, greetings, creature. How are you? I come in peace. I've been getting shit for that for the last hour, okay? Oh, greetings! I come in peace. Oh, can I see your wares? No, I will not touch that fire. So look, I went full on fucking chaos mode right there, and we get to loot this guy's whole house. I don't even remember this guy from the last game. This guy could be a really good guy. I don't know. I don't know who this could be. Dude, you almost killed that kid. Excuse me. I want to back up here. I left that up to you, and everyone said, thief, thief, go kill the thief, kill the thief. And when everybody saw, oh, it was like they turn around and it's a little kid. Oh, no, I was just kidding. I was kidding. I'm not, no, I didn't mean that actually. No, I was kidding. It was a joke. I would like you to go back and watch the chat. I want you to see how many times if you go, no, go do it. When the VOD is there, it's not there right now, but I want you to go back. I want you to see how many times the word kill in all capitals was put in the chat room. Right? Okay. I want you to see. Yeah. But I zap a guy in his house and slash him. He was shocked. Oh, whatever. 2 our health.
Unlimited power.
Oh, that's really shitty. That's shitty, but you know what? Let's go. You open the cupboards. In one, you find a jar marked poison. And in another, a jar labeled essence of bark. This guy was poisoning me, I think. Take everything. You clear out the cupboard. Take the bark. Take everything. You take a No, wait, what? What? What happened? You take it. I didn't know. I wanted to take it. I didn't want to eat it. You take a careful sip of the essence of bark. It tastes like freshly cut grass, but seems harmless enough. Then you look down to see your skin turning green. What? Oh, I have green. I have green skin. Okay. Hangings look like rich treasures from a much grander household, made of thick cloth. They're exquisitely decorated with images of orcs and trolls being hacked to pieces by a hero with 2 blades and a silver crown. One of the hangings has a specific... This guy's like a hero. One of the hangings has a suspiciously large bulge underneath it, and as you watch the bulge move, you lift one of the hangings, uncovering a gigantic spider. The arachnid jumps at you, baring its fangs and landing on your chest. Oh my god. Jig. You cast the spell and cautiously draw the pipe out of your pack and begin to play. At first, the spider seems unaffected. Then its legs begin to twitch, one after the other. A moment later, it is performing a horrific jumping dance across your chest and arms, and racing up and down your legs in excitement. Finally, it darts to the top of your head and attempts a backflip, falls off and lands on the floor. You stop playing and it hurries away into a crack in the floor. You let out an enormous sigh of relief. I was hoping it was going to die. I was hoping that it was attempts a backflip and like lands on its head. That would have been so stupid. You're embarrassed that it's... All right, search the body. You search Van Gorn's pockets, find 8 gold pieces, and you take it. You found all you will find here. Time to be moving on. What did I pick up, though? Sun Jewel... I got, like, bark essence, right? Essence of bark. Poison. I'm going to be able to poison somebody. I can't wait to poison somebody. It's going to be so dumb. I'm so looking forward to that. Alright, well, only one way we can go. Just this way. You continue along the street, which grows narrower the more winding it becomes. On either side, slum dwellings rise high. Faces appear and disappear behind drapes. Someone throws out a bucket of slop, narrowly missing you. Furry chained-up animals screech from balconies. The sun disappears from view. Keep going. You push forward, climbing a gentle slope. I'm not stopping. I'm not getting lost here. The lane gets narrower. Muck and foul water runs downhill, forming a sheen over the flagstones. The walls either side are now so close together that someone on the top floor has laid planks across the alley to steal from the house opposite. Or perhaps to steal their own things back. It's hard to be sure. Big. I could just get huge and walk around. For fun, I'm doing big. You cast the spell, quickly inflating to 3 times your normal size. You hear shutters and doorways slam closed on all sides. So take the plank off? Remove the plank. You pluck the plank from its place and shake free the robber who is clinging onto the middle of it. He cries out as he lands. You toss the plank aside at him and move away. The road narrows further until you can barely squeeze your giant form between the door frames on either side. Then quite suddenly, you reach a small plaza. There's a small open square with a dried up well at its center. This is a crossroads, and side roads lead off to the left and right. Oh shit. Look at the alleys. You pause to look around the edge of the square. There's nothing to distinguish one alleyway from the other, although you do see a line of what look like blood drops heading right. The giant spell fades, and you slowly shrink back to your normal size. Okay, so I could look over all that. The only thing the alleys have in common is that they converge here. Once, presumably this well served all the people in this district. But perhaps there were too many people, because now the well seems dusty and dry. Toss a coin down the well. Look down the well. Look down the well. Leaning over the edge, you peer down into the depths of the well. Strange. This well seems to have handholds cut into its stones. They appear good enough to climb down. Climb down? Let's do a coin. You toss a coin down the well. It falls and falls and falls. Eventually, there is a very tiny splash. Climb in the well. There's still daylight left, and the lure of the unknown is overpowering. You swing yourself over the edge of the well, teetering for an unnerving moment above the long, long drop. Then you find the first of the holds with your feet and begin to make your way down into the dark. Into the well. Oh, what's that? You just got Elden Ringed, by the way. Oh, what's that? You just got Elden Ringed? Just making sure you understand that. You just got Elden Ringed. The climb is slow and cautious. You cannot see the holds below you, so you have to feel your way down. After about 10 minutes, your arms are tiring. Suddenly, you realize the position you're in. If your strength gives out, you will fall. But you may not have the energy to climb back up either. It is impossible to see how much further down there is to go. Climb out. Get out. Keep going down. Stealing your courage, you continue to climb down. After perhaps a minute more, your foot finds a ledge. Below that is nothing but space. You have reached the roof of whatever chamber is below. A metal bar sticks from the wall here, presumably used to tie a rope to continue the rest of the way down. I mean, floating in the air seems... or force field. That's a good move. Is it expensive? Not really, but I'm running out of stamina. You cast a spell and feel yourself become as light as a feather. Then you release hold of the wall and float gently down in the sewers. You're floating an inch or so above thick water in one of the city's sewers. The smell is indescribable. Terrible. You're at a dead end of sorts. The water disappears into a grating in one direction, while the tunnel disappears into darkness in the other. I don't think we're going back up. You step out from the dim light of the well shaft and into the black tunnel beyond. The tunnel is filled with the worst stench you can imagine. Things splash and scurry through the darkness. You pass a heap of black cloth. A huddled creature? Investigate. You creep over to the huddled rags. The shape of a man leant over, clutching his knees. But it does not seem to be moving. It collapses at just the slightest touch, and you breathe a sigh of relief. Just a piled up cloak, discarded by some previous unfortunate who traveled this way. You sift through the heavy cloth. This was a fine cloak once, before it was left to rot down here. Stitched on the back is a number 1 in a circle. Waterlogged, the cloak is too heavy to carry away, and it has no pockets. However, and no hidden gold. But it proves that others have come this way before. Said that kind of wrong, but whatever. A cloak with pockets. That seems actually pretty helpful. I don't know why they didn't make them. Alright, moving on. Sorry, I keep pausing to cough. That's why you don't hear me for like a minute or so at a time. The sewer turns a corner here with the other tunnels blocked by filth-strewn wreckage. Search. You steel yourself and dig through the foul filth in the wreckage, trying not to vomit from the stench. You come across a small glass bottle. Uncork it and breathe it in. It's Blimberry! You stash it into your pack. Oh, hell yeah. Let's take it right now. You walk onwards through the dark sewer, when suddenly the tunnel opens into a low chamber. You stand ankle deep in filth in a square chamber. Icy droplets fall from the ceiling. The smell is terrible. But this is not just any sewer. In the corner of the room is a pile of rags. Someone, or something, lives down here. Search the rags. You dig into the rags and clothing. They must have formed someone's bedding, as they could never have been clothing. Strips and odd squares of cloth of all different kinds. They've probably been scavenged from what people threw down the drains into the sewers. Dig through them carefully. Digging into some old pockets, you find a few gold pieces. Suddenly, you find yourself itching and scratching. The rags are covered in fleas, and now they are biting you as well. The thought occurs to you, perhaps this is not the hiding place of a beggar, but the nest of some terrible beast. A sudden rush of water floods the chamber, soaking you up to the waist. A moment later, it is washed away once more, but there might be more coming. Despite your concerns, you stop to look around the walls of the chamber. Aside from the pile of rags, there's nothing else here. No stash of food or weapons and no sign of the inhabitant. Then you notice on the far wall some scratches in the stone. A mark of time, perhaps. Suddenly, something growls in the darkness in the tunnel behind you. You look up to see a dark, stooped shape approaching fast. It is a rat bear. Let's do illusion. You slip the bracelet around your wrist and cast the spell, summoning the force of illusion. I feel like wouldn't fire, it'd be like, and like run. Fire. You create the illusion of a raging fire, as though the whole sewer was suddenly a crucible. The rat bear screams in terror and charges away down the tunnel. Okay, we have time now. We can look at the marks. You make your way carefully around the cesspool in the middle of the room, the far side where the marks are faintly visible in the gloom. They're not just notches, but letters, and perhaps once they were full words, but have been worn away by the floating water, or else filled with slime and dirt. It looks as though it might have been a poem. Read the poem. Still shaking from your encounter with the rat bear, you steady your heartbeat and peer at the markings on the wall. You can make out the following through the muck. Korga's Grace. One lock. Deep inside. I bid you. There's nothing more to be done here. If you ever wish to see daylight again, you gotta move on now. You walk onwards through the sewer. Shadowy shapes loom out of the darkness, then disappear as you move close. You walk for what seems like an hour, maybe more. The tunnel tilts lower and lower. Perhaps you are going underneath the river. The sound of fast rushing water fills the tunnel. Force field. Force field is expensive though. I'll try it. Nervously, you cast your spell, binding a tight force field around yourself. It will not last for long, but should anything happen soon, the force field should protect you from the worst of it. That done, you keep walking. The sound of rushing water is growing louder. Suddenly, you realize the sound is not coming from close by the tunnel or through the walls. The sound is coming towards you. Somewhere, a wall of water is approaching. An old dam must have given way, and the river water is now flooding the tunnel. I did just do 3 stamina worth of force field. I'm just going to eat it. Take a deep breath. There's nothing else for it. You take a deep breath, exhale. Take a deeper breath, exhale. And then fill your lungs as best as you can as the great wave strikes. The water wrenches you from the floor and throws you into a swirling spiral. You can see nothing but the murk and the filth. For the moment, at least, you are calm and can focus, even in the roaring torrent. Swim for a ceiling duct. The current is whipping you this way and the like a fetal bug in a thunderstorm. It is all you can do to work out which way is up and which way is down. You fight and struggle to get your body under control, losing valuable seconds of air. Your force field has trapped some, but it will soon run out. It's still on. All right, we got to get the right call here. We got to get the right call. Go with it. Go with it. Swim with the current. You swim with the current, which tears you along the length of the sewer. The force field protects you against bashes and knocks. The ground level is rising below. At some point, perhaps you will break the surface of the water, But it has not happened yet. Your lungs are bursting for air. With the current. You swim with the current, moving at breakneck speed. You cannot last much longer. With the current again. You swim with the current, moving at breakneck speed. Only the air trapped inside your force field is keeping you alive. I don't know. Up? You swim up towards the roof of the sewer, hoping to find an air pocket to refresh your breath. But you're out of luck. Your force field bashes the arched stone ceiling, which is fully submerged. Even the ducts running up are filled with water. There is no air to be had. I'm like a fucking pinball. From down. You turn and fin down towards the bottom of the sewer, hoping to escape the worst of the current. Near the ground, the water is slower, and you are thrown about less violently. But despite the force field bubble around yourself, you're still running out of air. The air inside your force field's running low, and the spell itself won't last much longer. Swim up a duct. Lungs bursting, you reach a duct in the ceiling. Once inside, it wrenches you upwards with powerful force. The stonework either side is a blur, and you crash, scrape, and bang into the sides, but harmlessly, thanks to the force field. Then suddenly, you are spat up into a wider, colder water, lit from above by silvery light. You are outside. Not dead. You come up gasping for air, about a quarter of the way across the river that flows through the middle of Khare. Night has fallen while you are underground, and all around you is pitch darkness. You struggle and flail for a moment to get your head above water, and then turn about to swim for the far bank. Of course, all your water-damageable possessions have been ruined, including your pictures of the nobles of Khare. Thankfully, however, the pages of your spellbook are protected and your fleas are washed away. Swim forward. I'm not going to dive back under. Swim forward. You swim along the surface of the river, keeping your mouth clear on the filth as best you can, and aiming for distant lights of the far bank. There's a figure moving there. A night watchman of some kind. You keep on swimming, carving your way across quickly, keen to be out of the Jibaji as soon as possible. Suddenly, a voice rings out across the river.
There's someone in the water!
A man's voice calls.
One of the slaves is escaping!
One by one, more lanterns appear, lighting up like stars as they emerge from around the sides of the buildings and down the narrow alleys to the waterfront. Dive under. You dive quickly under the water. For a moment, you're alone, isolated in the brown water. Then something hisses past your face. An arrow. They're firing into the water. I mean, where do I go from here? Rewind. You lost the pictures. I don't need those pictures. Fuck them. Swim forward. You keep swimming forward, but no more arrows strike. Perhaps they have lost track of you in the water since you're not swimming back as they might have expected, but forwards. You move slowly and silently, coming up for air when you need to, but breathing only softly and gently. After several minutes of this, you arrive at the far bank. Check that it's safe. You wait, shivering in the freezing cold water of the river, but the men and their lanterns are a little further along the bank. You should be safe to climb out here. You haul yourself up and pant, gratefully, in the dark. You look around in the darkness. The far bank is less populated than the near bank. There are no inns, no market stalls, just a single path disappearing off into the darkness between large stone buildings. You're too tired from your swimming to walk on, so you crawl under a bush and make camp. You are exhausted and could do with something to eat, but there is nothing you can do. All of your food has been ruined by the water. Fuck. Time to get some rest. You close your eyes and are quickly asleep. Your dreams are cluttered and crazy. Face after face laughs as you ask about the spells.
4,
says one.
There are 11 spells.
1349.
River water fills your mouth and makes you choke, but the water is thriving with fishes, each of which wants to tell you its life story. Vangorn strides over and shakes you by the hand. Thank you for helping me realize the error of my ways, he says. A moment later, he sticks a dagger into your lung. A monk with the hooded eyes of a bat throws a dice the size of a boulder towards you. Finally, a black whale mouth approaches and swallows you whole. Dawn comes, and you are woken by the shimmering light across the surface of the Jabaji River. By the idyllic morning is quickly broken. As the first of the boats begin to sail down the river, the sailors cursing and singing filthy songs that echo between the buildings or on either side. You almost become accustomed to the terrible smell here. You follow the road away from the river towards a fork in the road. The early morning sun is beginning to wake the streets of Khare. A few creatures roam this way and that. In one corner, a spring bubbles with fresh water. Drink. You cup your hand to the water and drink a mouthful. It is fresh and invigorating. Are there any porta potties in this game? Yeah. You missed it. There was like a 10 to 15 minute ordeal where we shit in a porta potty. And we had to keep doing, we had to find toilet paper and shit. It's pretty cool. It's a wild part of the adventure. Okay, look around. Looking left, the road heads through into a residential area that seems well cared for. A short way off to the right is an open plaza. Maybe ask for directions. You stop a passing creature. Excuse me, I need to ask you. The creature's head is bowed. Doesn't look up, but it pulls itself free and hurries away. It is too miserable to speak. There's nothing for it. You'll have to explore yourself. You have a really distinct "I'm making shit up on the spot" voice. What? I'm reading it. What do you mean, making shit up on the spot? What are you talking about? What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm reading from this is a book. He's talking about the porta potties. What? No, I don't. I have a tell. Do I actually have a tell? Yes. You have a making shit up on the spot voice. Fuck. This dude is reading you like a book. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, you go into, quote, performance mode. It's an obvious tell. Well, maybe I'm doing it on purpose in a way in my mind because I want to make sure you know I'm full of shit. Right? Subconsciously, it's a way for you to know that I'm completely and totally fabricating this. You follow a narrow, winding street past shops and stalls. It's still early, and they are not yet open, but there are stirrings from within the houses as the day's activities begin. A face appears at a window and seems to watch you pass, although the creature's eyes are closed, and you're not sure that it actually notices you. Wave at the creature. You wave to the creature, but it does not react. Its eyes are still closed. Another similar creature stands in a doorway across the street, washing themselves from a bucket. This one is thin and spindly with a long face. Not exactly a human, and not an elven either, but something in between. Alright, we're gonna greet it. You try to greet the washing creature, but it too has its eyes closed. Perhaps it is soaping its hair and doesn't want to sting its eyes. At the end of the road, under a low arch, a group of youths are loitering, talking and kicking stones into the gutter. They notice you and begin to point and talk amongst themselves. Let's look them over first. You pause to look at them. They too have their eyes closed, although somehow they have seen you, or perhaps they have only heard you. A group of children doesn't scare you. You continue down the street towards them. They fan out a little until they fill the width of the narrow road. Above you, shutters are closing and people move away from windows as though, despite their eyes, they've seen a fight coming. Gob them? Sure. You cast the spell, throwing down a goblin tooth as you do. There's a puff of smoke, and then a moment later, a goblin warrior stands before you, saluting. Order him to attack the youths. Order him to... Wait, go attack like the kids? Go attack the youths or slip past the youths? What? He's just gonna go... What? Slip past... What would he do? Be like, yeah, it's safe. What does slipping past do? I think we're gonna send the goblin, and the goblin will sneak by them, and then wave and say, yeah, you can just do that. They're not gonna be able to see you or something, right? You order the goblin to attack, and he marches off towards the youth, swinging his short, stubby sword. The blade catches one of the men in the side, who gasps in pain. Then he does something. From here you can't see what. But a moment later, your goblin has evaporated into a sudden burst of flame. The youths laugh among themselves.
Barbecued goblin meat?
One asks.
No thanks.
Replies another. He caught one of these kids in the side. Just, yeah! And then they fucking grilled him. Well, I'm going to go talk to them. They don't know where the goblin came from, but all they know, some crazy guy just ran down the street with a sword. They don't know it came from me. You approach the group boldly. You own this street, I see. You remark. I see you are very powerful.
I wonder if you have any idea how powerful.
The youth replies quietly.
Would you like to find out?
Yeah.
My pleasure.
The youth opens his eyes and suddenly a streak of burning fire shoots from under his eyelids, scorching your side. You gasp in pain and he laughs. Then the other creatures grab your arms from either side. Don't struggle, or we'll look at you all over. What? You are marched away through the alleyways to a building surrounded by a high wall. It is a prison. You're dragged across the yard and into an underground corridor. The cell door is opened, and you are thrown inside, landing squarely on top of another creature. Who is this? Hold on. You pick yourself to your feet and dust yourself down. Apologies, friend, you say to your cellmate. It's an elven, but he seems worn out and exhausted. The creature nods to you. Welcome to my little world, he replies. You ready your mind for a spell, but nothing happens. The elven laughs bitterly.
The walls are infused with mini-mite blood to stop people getting out that way. I would have used my own magic if it worked.
From the sounds coming through the walls, this is one of several cells, all side by side. You hear snores, shouts, and screams coming through the stonework. I kind of want to, wait, who are you?
My name on the outside hardly seems to matter. My name in here is number 6, and that'll be your name too.
He points a bony finger.
It's written on the door, see?
The cell is empty except for a bucket. Murmuring an apology, the elven uses it for what it is for. You're an elven, you say. I've not met your kind before, but I know of you. He shrugs.
Elvens are pretty annoying creatures, but that's not what they locked me up here for.
What is this place?
This is the jail of the Red Eyes. There's one outside,
And he points at the guard whose face, with eyes closed, fills the tiny porthole. The smell from the bucket in the corner of the room is quite terrible. Why do you need to tell me that? What does that add to the story? Like, hey, he shit in this bucket, by the way. I just want to make sure you know this and you're aware of it. Why are you here?
You know,
The elven replies with a sigh of some passion.
I've asked myself that every night since I was arrested months ago, and I still can't figure it out. I didn't do anything to upset these people. My only idea is that the Red Eyes aren't happy unless they've got someone locked away. Maybe now, you're here, they'll let me go.
Or they'll let me go.
Yeah. That would be a good joke on their part.
You can see the creature's spirit has been quite broken. I'm going to pray to the ape. Come on, ape. Help us. Help us, spirit of the ape. You raise a prayer to the ape, and as you finish, there's a tiny click. The sound of a lock tumbler falling over. The elven's narrow eyes open wide as portholes. You wait until the guard outside has turned his back and then slide the door open. He will not be looking the other way for long. Dump shit all over him. Moving silently, you pick up the bucket from the floor of the cell. The elven looks at you curiously but says nothing. Put the bucket on his head. You raise the bucket nice and high, creeping forward on tiptoes, and then at the last possible moment, you bring it down quickly on the guard's head. Unmentionable substances trickle down on his face, but for a moment he cannot see. Drag him backwards into the cell, Run him through. Drawing your sword, you slice quickly through his neck. This is such a terrible way to die. The elven looks shocked, but only for a moment. Then he nods seriously. When the others find him, be sure they will come for us unless we're gone. You nod. He is quite right. Time to run for it. You race up a set of stairs heading towards a patch of sunlight and emerge in an alleyway on the other side of the prison wall, the elven at your back. I didn't have to dump shit on the guy. Why did I do that? I dumped, by the way, this was a fresh bucket of shit. This guy, the elven just did it. This wasn't, it's been like a few days. He just dropped a fucking huge log in this thing, and it was probably hot. And it was a hot new shit that I dumped on his head. And then I slit his throat. Why was the point of that? That added extra steps. We didn't have to do the extra steps, right? Just kill him. Run him through. That was disgusting. 300 people left the stream because of that. You emerge onto a quiet side street and begin to weave and duck through the alleyways. The elven, weak from his long stay in the tiny cell, can barely keep pace with you, but is filled with such joy to be free that he laughs even as he trips and stumbles. You idiots are going to go back to the same place where we got caught. We just go right back to the people with the eyes. We just get put back in jail again, and there's no more ape. We're going left. At the first junction, you turn left.
Do you know where you're going?
Asks the elven, but there isn't time to reply. Oh, shit. Do you know where you're going? All right, I'm going to go left. And then we're going to go left. We're going to go left again. And then we're going to get burnt by the eye people. At the next junction, you go right. The elven is flagging. He cannot keep running like this anymore. Go on. I'll hide here. Leave him or help him. You gotta help the bro. Help him. Help him. You're nearly free, you reply, grabbing the elven under his arm. I mean it. I'll hide, you idiot. While you distract any more guards with your running, now go. Good plan. It would have been, the elven replies, and you turn to see he's quite right. Another guard has entered the alley behind you. He opens his eyes, and a moment later, the staggering elven is no more. The stench of burning flesh fills your nostrils. You race out of the alley. Quite suddenly, you emerge out of the side street into a wide square filled with more red eyes, but these ones seem like citizens rather than guards. We killed him. Save him. So dumb, LOL. We got him killed. I don't think should I use a rewind on this? I only got 2 more. This one would be legit, by the way. We'll try again. Let's try again. I'm using my second rewind. All right, it was turn. Wait, should we do this differently? Turn left and then turn right, right? So I'm just going to leave him. He gasps several. I'll hide here. Leave. Leave. You do not need to be asked twice. You wish him luck and then hurry away. The elven crawls into a pile of junk and beds down. Perhaps you will see him again. Saved. All right, we're going left. You keep running, taking a left. Quite suddenly, you emerge out from the alleyway into a wider, busier street. You slow yourself to a nonchalant walk. We made it. Made it. We're out. Uh-oh. Wait, are we? The road turns and heads roughly southeast once more. But you have been spotted, by a group of young orclings, and they're scurrying towards you. Hurry to avoid them or wait for them to reach me. 1 or 2 quick again. I mean, I don't know what to do here. What do I want to do? Dude, hold on. I just had this insane urge for A1 steak sauce. I don't know why. It just popped in my brain. That sour kind of flavor. I want it so bad. I don't know why. Oh my God, I want it so bad right now. I want it so badly. Yes, the sauce. I just want to tap with my pinky and dab on the top of my tongue. That's it. Hurry and avoid them. I think that's what's going to happen. Let's go. Hurry and avoid them. You increase your stride, hoping to breeze straight past, but the gang is big enough for them to easily block the road. You're soon right in their midst. Their hands poke at you and push outwards, hoping for a donation. How much is that? 3 stamina or 1? Let's see what happens. You cast the spell and piles of gold and treasure spill from the sleeves of your jacket and all over the road. The Orklings go instantly into a frenzy of collection, running over each other and beating each other up, stuffing handfuls of gems in their tunics. You take the opportunity to slip away. I feel like they were going to attack me. Right? It says they were beating each other up. They were children. What? We want to summon the goblin, and the goblin would have swung at him. I'm sorry. The goblin would have just... You saw what happened when I sent the goblin to a group of children, okay? The last time a goblin was sent to a group of children, a sword went into one of the kids' sides, okay? You continue up the road, leaving the chattering Orklings behind. After a short distance, you come across a large building made of stones and mortar. Look at the building. It stands alone inside its own patch of grounds, and unusually, it seems to be in a state of good repair. A large L is carved on one gatepost. The main road continues straight past the house. You enter the gate and follow the path to the front of the house between tall, well-tended trees. This place, unlike the mansion in Lower Khare, seems quite lived in. The door to the house is solid oak wood, decorated with elaborate carvings of vines and trees and serpents. In the middle is a great brass knocker. You firmly knock on the door, but no one answers. The house seems empty, dark, and quiet. We could try to open it with Dop. Dop might just work. It's 1 stamina. Let's try Dop. Cast the spell and the door swings open smoothly to reveal a hallway, bedecked in finery and well kept. This is the house of a nobleman, perhaps even a noble. The inside of the house is well kept and clean. There are fresh flowers in vases, and the surfaces are dust-free. It is as though whoever lived here has just slipped out for a few minutes and will return at any moment, except for the paper strewn everywhere across the hallway. The floor is almost a foot deep in books, torn pages, and folders with charred edges. It is as though a lightning storm has passed through the study on the left. Under the door lies opposite. By the smell of it, it's a kitchen. You browse through the papers. Some are complex, and you cannot understand the words. Others are calculations. There are also maps and charts and plans of Khare, the hills, and the backlands to the north. Other documents look almost like charts for spellmaking, such as the chief mage used back in the outpost settlement to prepare for your spellbook. Whoever lived here was clearly a scholar of some great wisdom, and most likely a wizard as well. Exploring doesn't seem like a good idea somehow. You're going to die. Explore anyway, Giga Chad. Alright, let's go to the kitchen. You open the door to the kitchen and go inside. It is laid out as though the owner of the house was in the middle of preparing a meal. Bread is sliced, cheese is on a plate, and a glass of wine sits beside the open bottle. Nothing here has had time to go moldy. Something is rattling in one of the cupboards. I'm going to eat some of this shit. You eat the bread and drink the wine and finish off with the cheese, which is full-flavored and ripe. There is enough left over for you to add one more portion to your pack as well. This is Goldilocks, yeah. Let's open the cupboard. You open the cupboard out of curiosity, and are immediately bowled over as a thing erupts with angry force. You crawl backwards into the hallway to get away from this gnashing fangs and get to your feet to see what it is. A bristle beast, and it's furious. Opening the cupboards into these are always such a bad idea. Let's go with a 6.0. Bang, alright, good. The bristle beast bares its teeth. The beast lashes out with its claws, but it cannot defend itself from your force. Do it again. Alright, now we get it's a free kill, essentially. No stamina lost, we're good. It twists on the metal, then curls up like an overheated beetle and dies. With the creature dead, you pause to catch your breath. Where now? You open the door to the study, pushing hard against a deeper pile of paper. This room looks like a tornado has traveled through it, and perhaps one has. In the very center of the room is a blackened circle burnt into the carpet. There's a smell of iron and ammonia in the air. It is hard to escape the sense that some great and terrible magic was performed here, not long ago. But there's no sign of the magician who crafted such a powerful spell. On all fours, you dig through the piles of paper, books, torn up almanacs, historical files, and sheets of scrawl and scribble. There's nothing here with any meaning. On one sheet, you find an intriguing series of symbols. N, Q, then a series of other marks, written and then crossed out. Only one is still readable, and it has been circled. T. Keep searching. You keep rustling through the paper, finding little else of value. Then, underneath a heap of tomes about the early founders of the city, with several passages underlined and marked with comments you cannot read, you unearth a green-haired wig, which you put into your pack. We can finally talk to fucking animals. You return to the hallway. You explored enough, you leave the house and return to the street outside. Finally, we can talk to the horse. Baldness cured. Oh yeah, that's right. You return to the main road. Follow the road. The road continues on between dense houses on either side when suddenly you begin to smell a sharp, acrid smell. Burning. Looking up ahead, you see a column of smoke. Is the district on fire? I'll handle this. Do sus. You cast the spell and a calm voice enters your mind, telling you not to fear. There's no danger up ahead. You're reassured and the spell fades. Okay. Feeling safe with the warning from your spell, you stride forward towards the smoke, rounding a corner in the road until you see the source. It is a fire, but not a blazing house. Instead, it comes from an enormous forge set into a large blacksmith's shop. The blacksmith himself is at work, hammering away at a flat-bladed sword. You approach the blacksmith and try to attract his attention by knocking a few of his display items off their shelves. What an asshole. But it seems the blacksmith is quite deaf. Years of hammering on sparking metal has left him quite oblivious to everything around him. Steal something. Why would I do that? What is that? Is this a Mr. Bean movie? What would the point of that be? Let's tap his arm. You walk over and tap his arm, and the blacksmith jumps.
I didn't see you here. Oh.
The man is clearly not that bright. I didn't mean to scare you.
Not scared. Me? Of you? Nah.
The blacksmith polishes his blade lovingly. Tell me about your swords.
This one is my finest.
He replies proudly, indicating the blade he is currently polishing up.
A blade of a large hand.
Can I try it? Large hand.
Large hand is large handry.
What? Try the blade. You reach out to try the blade, but the blacksmith catches your arm.
I warn you, once you've tried it, you won't want any other, and it's not a cheap lard.
I'll risk it. The blacksmith shrugs and releases your arm.
Go on, then.
You pick up the blade and swing it through the air. It sings. The weight is perfect. The metal sharpened, the balance so delicate, it becomes almost an extension of your arm. This is the finest blade you have ever held. How much? The blacksmith grins.
I tell you. Ready for it? 40 gold pieces.
Party? The blacksmith nods.
That's right. 40.
Haggle. I'll give you half that, you begin, but the blacksmith only laughs.
You aren't talking to a child. 40. Or I'll sell it to the next one.
That's too much. I don't have that much. I don't have that much. The blacksmith nods and takes the blade back with loving care.
I'll find its owner sooner enough, I'm sure.
Fuck, shit, shoot, shit.
Do you make wolf armor? You ask, thinking about the strange werewolf you saw. The blacksmith looks at you with fierce, cold eyes.
Vic, for first noble.
He replies, but says nothing more. Who's Vic?
He's the boss. Has been for a long time. Just making it official.
The blacksmith quickly hammers something. The noise makes your head spin. I'm interested in the North Gate spell.
I make swords. Not magic. You want a sword, baby?
The blacksmith goes over to the rack in the back of his shop and downs a quick mug of ale.
I'd best do ye work. Begone.
And he begins to hammer so loudly you fear for your hearing. You quickly run into the... Oh, god damn it, I wanted that fucking sword. You walk between the narrow buildings until you reach a fork. To the left, the road continues towards some kind of bustling market, while to the right, it leads down a shorter street. In the center of the fork is a great bronze statue with some kind of pot at its feet. Look down the short street. Looking down the short street to the right, you see a sign above a doorway reading, "The Gambling Halls of Vlada." Several seedy-looking creatures mill about on the steps. Cheerful creatures go in, and miserable-looking ones come out. Look at the statue. The statue is of a giant brute wielding a club, and at its feet is a large pot filled with gold pieces. This must be one of Khare's many gods, with the pot intended for worshippers making offerings, although none of the passing creatures seem to be throwing any in. You go over to the statue and look into the pot. It seems to contain almost 20 gold pieces. Look at the statue. Tilting your head, you look upwards at the statue. He is an imposing figure, at least 4 times your height and solidly armed. You do not recognize the god depicted, but his presence so close to the gambling halls suggests he is either god of prosperity or a god devoted to punishing those who do not pay their debts. I ain't taking this shit. Seems most suspicious. So much gold out in the open, it must be a trap. The day is dry. I'm not touching that. That's a bad idea. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a day.